Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shores of Sorrows, Supera's Legend. I am your captain, Captain Wilcock, and, let's bring in the rest of our crew to have them introduce themselves. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Did
I
you
fell
just...
down on the crow's nest again.
And you crushed one of
What
our
were you
poor...
doing up there, Britlin?
Checking for
I
viewers
I found.
on the horizon?
No, I found a crow's nest in the crow's nest.
I hope you took it out very carefully.
Well, I tried to touch it and then I got attacked by a crow. Ah! They're back again!
I think they like your bucket.
Oh.
Are you sure it
Where's
wasn't a
my
magpie? Are you sure it wasn't a magpie?
It looks like they took your bucket. What do you mean, Alexa? Oh!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shores
Excuse
of
me,
Sorrow.
Skeleton. I need to take this normal bucket. Haha!
I was cleaning the floor with that one.
I don't care.
Hey.
Alright,
Either way.
welcome to Shores. I already introduced myself. Let's send it down to our... Definitely not a snake person.
Yes. No secret reptiles here.
Thank you
Oh,
for
I'm
your
playing-
7 months of subbage.
Yeah, and it didn't pop up.
There it goes.
Subscription received.
It
Well,
takes
it popped up in... Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No problem. But I will be playing Oseram, the navigator, who is not a snake person at all.
Not at all.
Ignore the
Are
room.
you sure about that?
I have
You
no...
just slithered into chat.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
have no fears that he's a spooky boy.
I will. I passed, I guess, the belaying pin this way
Which way?
to the person to my side.
Oh, hi. I'm your wonderful fighter / cleric of the sky, Magdi. We do not have a Bernera. Unfortunately, Bernera is under the weather. But hopefully she will return.
Sea. Sorry, I had to stop.
Hush you, Captain. Hush you.
Get the spray bottle.
I think that's on set 6. You're not supposed to be here.
Spray bottle the captain. Bad captain. Bad.
And so, yeah.
Newspaper.
And now I will kick it up to our wonderful captain.
Oh,
Yes.
He's not the captain. I'm the
I'm
captain.
not the captain.
Yeah. You.
Yeah, but he
captain.
already introduced himself.
Yes,
Oh,
I already
yeah, I'm
introduced
sorry.
myself. Yeah, we're
Well,
just...
sorry.
Where's the
Okay.
script?
Okay.
I stole the script. Alexa, get down here. No.
Get out of the lighting
I like-
rig.
Give me a bagel. Fine.
You want a bagel, huh?
Yes.
Can
Here.
Ow.
Now,
Okay,
can
you
you
can
please
have the
get
script
up? Please get down off the lighting rig. It's highly expensive and very...
I weigh nothing. Oh. And he fell and broke it. Okay then. Anyways.
Sorry, guys.
Hello everybody. Well, almost turned to Markiplier. Hello
Yeah.
everybody.
Mr.
Either
Britlin,
way.
your bucket's a little dented here. Let me just fix that for you.
Oh, thank you. But anyways, I am Gearbox. I play as Britlin, but also I am the funny little DM that has to handle all these goblins. When
No,
does-
no.
I'm a fur.
What's the difference?
There's no, guys, not yet. The goblins don't come on until scene 3. Guys,
You're
get
the
back
tiny
there.
little
Good beat.
gremlins that chew up all my plans.
Okay, Groblin number 3, stop chewing on your script.
The paper tastes good.
All
Oh,
right.
get out of here! Shoot.
All right. Well, ladies and
Anyway.
gentlemen,
Paper. Tastes good. Yes.
Oh, I hate this one. But anyways, I think we got everything set up. I
Who
think
even hired these gremlins?
I don't know, but I think we should read the recap before they eat the script for it.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Lemon Twist. Go ahead. Is someone reading this, or am I?
Who is reading it?
Someone
Uh,
read it.
Where is the...
Yeah, that was my question. Where is it?
Okay,
Oh,
that is cute.
Yeah, let me post it. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry, we are behind schedule. Sorry, we are behind schedule, ladies and gentlemen, because of shenanigans dealing with real life. So give us a
Yes.
moment to get our act together, as even though this is not already an act.
We're an act? Are we first act, second act,
We're
or
not-
third act?
Guys, we're not just the clouds. We're the whole damn circus.
There you go. I'm just gonna post it that way, and then I'll edit it later for you guys. But
Okay.
Okay, who's gonna read this one?
I
I
will.
start believing in circuses, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Thank you. Thank you for the quote.
It's like an
Episode. Only
unedited
half
version.
of the story. Recap. Last time on Shores, our heroes got into the second plane and found a button that just had to be pushed.
Don't mind my
And,
poor spelling.
and so it was. Trust me if I find a misspelled word. And something woke up. The heroes met G and had to run through. Your grammar is weird.
It's when I'm
So,
tired.
Fair
I'm
some
enough.
not a
tests.
writer. I'm a drawer. I'm an artist. Damn it, not a writer.
Some tests, let's say. But after talking, they got G to help them. They jumped through a tear in reality and found a cave with eh?
Unknown.
What will happen this time? Let's find out on Shores. Unknown part is for style
No,
points.
that was the thing I just gave Kenny as a private thing that wasn't supposed to be said.
all right, so
He made a big oof.
Yes.
Everyone call him out on Twitter.com. No.
the writers were a little bit inebriated when they were writing that one.
They were a little drunk, I think. I think they had a little too much of the beer, or the root of the beer.
Yes.
Oh, the root of the beer?
Yes.
I have the cream of the soda.
Ah, yes. I have
Yes.
some cream of the soda in the fridge.
There's also
So do I.
there's also something called the bottom of the barrel, but we don't talk about that here.
Good for dealing with ghost pirates if anyone gets that reference. But
What
anyway.
is the bottom of the barrel? Alexa, don't go there. Ah!
Whatever you do, do not go into Banira's private barrel stash.
He's gone. I just forgot to open voice mod. I'm such a mess right now.
It's okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shores, and we just read our recap, and we'll be right back after the open intro. Stay tuned, and no, don't go poking Bernira, you goblins. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Shoes of Sorrows.
Shoes of Sorrows.
Yes, that was a running joke with our cast, and I just pulled it out of the woodwork.
Oh, the shoes! The shoes are back!
And also, why are there these little blue dudes running around set?
Pay no mind to them.
And why do they have the word Smurf written on their heads?
Don't pay mind to them. We'll get sued.
Can
I
security
don't
please?
think they're public domain yet.
Security, we need to get these.
God,
These-
they're not
these-
public domain yet. Oh, you're right, they're not.
Just don't look at them. Don't think about it.
Why is there one sitting in my lap? Get off! Shoo!
Don't listen to their song. It's like an earworm.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Shores of Sorrows. I will let our Mr. Buckethead take it away.
Oh, here I am. Okay, where were we? Oh, yeah!
Excuse me, I just need to pick up the shoe off the floor.
If Rurier was here, things would be changed. But right now, where we left off was you're in the black void with the weird eye and the dragon kind of sitting there in the background.
Oh, you
and...
mean this way?
Up!
Oh, yes.
Yes. I put so much effort in that picture. What a
Yes.
waste. But yeah,
There we go.
it conveys what I wanted. But yeah,
Go ahead.
you guys are sitting here, and yeah, the eye, there's only one eye, it's just kind of staring. Britlin is just kind of sitting there, not saying anything now. Of
Is-
course, that is a little not Britlin, but also what's happened is not really anything.
Well, we did see
That's
Britlin
mainly-
get yanked out of his.
Bodies, yeah.
Yeah, so
But another thing that neither of you really realized is Z hasn't really said anything either.
the captain's gonna.
But Z
look
would
at,
definitely have said something, but Z
Captain's
hasn't.
gonna look at Britlin and kind of like
Britlin or Z? Which one?
Britlin, and he's gonna say, "So what's this all gesturing to? The still bluish goop on his back."
It's hard to explain, you know. Yeah.
And what does this have to do with him? Points to Z.
Oh no.
Z, you mind explaining? His
Any of you
stares.
can roll at this point. What to roll? I would like to say roll me a. Actually, let's roll something. No one has really rolled ever. Insight.
Insight? Okay.
Any of you. All of you. Don't care.
Okay.
Roll me your cool
Hold on,
insight.
I have to pull up my. How do I load my character? Because I don't have that.
In,
loaded.
in Avery,
Yeah.
type exclamation point character and then space and then the
Dollar
character
sign
name.
character.
Speaking of.
Oh wait, no, I don't have Wilcock installed on here, do I? No, I don't.
Oh yeah, then you might have to import him real
Yeah,
quick.
I'll have to just manually roll because I remember his stats. So that's
cool.
a +3. He's not that wise, as you can see.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean.
dear.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Oh,
Well,
I did wrong.
That's
You-
why they need
Just
Welcome.
look at Z and Britlin and the eye watching you and stuff and just like, I have no idea.
Oh,
Yep.
17. I did not expect
Not
to
bad.
get.
You
I don't have a bonus.
you above any well, I should probably let if Magdie's rolling too.
what am I rolling?
Insight, if you want to. of
Yep.
course.
Give me a second. Yeah, that's a 13.
Yeah, you kind of pick up on something. There's definitely an odd whiff to what's going on here. Like, Britlin definitely probably would have said something more. He's pretty open to the group. He wouldn't be so enclosed right now, and Z probably would have said something by now.
Yeah.
But, you, Ostrom, you rolled like a 17?
Yep.
You know Britlin, and you roughly know Z, kind of. You probably stalked him a lot for all I care.
You slid it
You know
under
these two probably
those-
would have said something, and you notice something isn't right here. Like, everyone else around is pretty normal, but these two specifically. And actually, Bastion hasn't really did anything either. but like, you realize quickly something ain't right.
Okay.
There's
Kill-
something afoot.
My scales are tingling.
So right now, I need to remember. Britlin was he pulled out of his body? Is he like astral or?
Yeah, something around that.
Okay.
Britling got pulled out of his body, but he still should be a little more open.
No, fair
Again,
enough.
that's his person.
Yeah.
That is his personality. He trusts you guys, and he wants you guys to trust him.
Osterom will kind of approach and will look Britlin in the eyes and will say, "Is there something wrong that you're not telling us?"
You've seen everything.
I have, but it doesn't necessarily explain everything that's going on. You know, we're here
Well-
to help you, right?
Yes, of course. You're my friends. Yeah, friends.
The captain comes up and says, "You know, Britlin, trust is a two-way street."
Well, of course.
And right now,
You're
it looks
wrong.
like you've thrown up a roadblock. And as captain, I really don't appreciate.
Osterom is
me-
gonna say, you should.
Oh yeah, you can say something.
You should. Oh, sorry. Is Magda gonna say something first?
Well, no. You go. You go
Okay.
and say your thing, and then the Magdite will say something.
Osterom is gonna like lock eyes and will say, "You should tell us." And I am using my suggestion ability,
Oh no.
which I think Britlin needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I do believe that that's yes.
DC 14.
Okay.
Hooray for playing an unethical character.
Yay, unethicalness. His wisdom saving is bad, anyways.
Britlin, you have a call on line 2 from the ethics office.
Oh! Blasted.
I love it. I love it. I still love it.
He rolled an 8. He got an 8.
Okay, well, then he's just compelled to talk.
He goes to. He tries to say something, and definitely is about to. And then all of a sudden, and the dragon says something. Well, you guys did you're done resting? The dragon seems a little nervous. I'll say that.
Resting?
for it.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
the dragon
supposed
was
to
asking. Well, the dragon, if you're done like sitting here.
How long have we been sitting here?
For a good, you have no idea in particularly, but it definitely feels like you've been sitting here for maybe an hour at most.
Okay, so it's a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a
Yeah.
second.
Yep. Short rest.
That and take short rest. Okay.
There we go.
What the?
It's weird.
I thought I hit the short rest and
It's funny.
okay. I
Yeah.
I did one hit die of fighter and my hit die of cleric, so I did 2.
Yep.
And it didn't go through.
I found that D&D Beyond's a little inconsistent about rolling the hit dice. You may have to just roll them manually and apply it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 10 and 8. Take out these. Damn it.
Yep.
Wow. And there's not somebody I can yell at for that because the one person I could doesn't work in that department.
Oof.
Yeah.
The dice department.
And I'm
is
not going to
currently
yell at her
closed.
anyway because that would be wrong.
Yeah, the dice department's currently closed. So.
Yeah, let's get this 5 and a 6. Let's see. 5 plus 2, that's 7. And 6 plus 2 is 8. 7 and 8 is 15. Okay. All right. All right.
Oof. Nice.
So,
Mhm.
my character looks over at this particular, looks at Britland. And wait a minute, looks at the astral form of Britland. Is that still here?
Britland's in his normal body now.
Okay. Britland kind of looks at or Magni looks at Britland. Remember when I found out that what was underneath that bucket?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he just goes. Mm-hmm.
And I said that you shouldn't be keeping secrets from us.
Well,
Are you keeping
yeah.
secrets from us,
No.
Britland?
And as you're pushing him, you can roll a perception now. There's something that's starting to feel more of an off. Things are starting to feel more of a miss for everyone.
Is it perception or is it insight?
Perception if you just want to use your straight eyes, but insight to actually think deeper than that.
Okay. Well, now that
I
I've
rolled
pulled
a
out my...
1, so I'm not going to notice it.
Yeah.
Like, well, nothing seems amiss here.
I guess the captain will roll too, if he wants. Yep.
Well, if it's a perception check, then it's a 17. If it's an insight check, it's a 15. So.
Yeah, perception. He got an 11. The captain.
So I'm going with perception. I've got a 17.
Okay. You look and squint at Britland, and you realize that you see a very near him, but also in the background, you see a very light, amiss glint.
That's fine.
It's like not right in particularly. And also, you maybe see a little shine on Britland's, like something around his like wrists.
Ah. Okay.
And because you rolled so well, you actually pretty much see pretty quickly. You see what's wrapped around and going up from his wrist. It seems to be almost like a string.
A string.
Yeah.
I walk up to Britland. What's this?
Huh?
The string.
That's nothing.
Britland.
The.
And she's not wearing glasses, but she's doing the look over the glass, bringing the glasses down and kind of looking down her nose, kind of. Yeah. Why did everything go silent?
Brilliant's just kind of looking at you. You do see the string pretty close as you get closer to it, and you realize it does go up. Well, there's actually multiple strings on him, but he's slightly tugging away.
Okay.
Do the strings go up to anywhere specific, like up on his person or up into the sky?
Up into the sky, it seems, but you're gonna have to look up and probably look pretty good to see anything.
I'll look up.
Roll. You better roll me a perception, boy.
Okay. We'll see if this one fares any better.
Eyes, damn it, eyes! Don't you have them?
Oh, I rolled a 3.
Come on!
I
it's
like
a
that.
darkness.
I rolled a 3.
You look up and it's like, well, that's darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, ominous.
The captain's gonna roll.
Yeah, Magni will also roll.
His narrow snake snake pupils like narrow to slits.
Yeah.
Again with
11.
another 11.
None of you really see much of anything, but you do see the strings go up something.
Hang on. There's one more perception check.
One more.
16.
Okay, you see it pretty well.
Yeah, of course she does.
You look up and you see what seems to be a crystal, what made of like those similar like power crystals you need, but it's in a form of a hand, and that's where the strings go up to.
Ah.
It seems
Um,
like that's a puppeteer hand right there.
Osterom's gonna move quietly behind Britlin to get flanking with Magni, and then it would like to sneak attack one of the strings.
Really? That's not exactly what I was gonna. Okay. Alrighty then.
I don't know if you want me to roll an attack roll. I mean, I don't even know if a normal weapon can cut what I assume are magical strings, but he's gonna try.
You could try.
You can
I guess I'll roll an attack.
Yes, roll me an attack.
Uh-oh.
I rolled an 18 to hit.
You go for a hasty slash, not really telling anyone what you're about to do, of course. You just go for a hasty slash going, eh. And you cut one of like the arm strings, and you're allowed snap. As all of a sudden, Britlin quickly staggers back, and you see the arm the string was attached to, from the string go away, but the arm also quickly just turns into what seems to be some sort of wooden, crystalline puppet arm.
The captain notices this and says, Britlin? And then notices that Magdi and Astrom are behind Britlin. I think you're hurting him. You guys need to stop.
Also, when you do hit the puppet string, you see other puppet strings on Britlin's body light up a little bit. And everything slightly quakes just a little bit.
The captain's gonna notice this and glare like at Britlin and say, and then his face is gonna go soft for like the first time in a long time, and he says, "Now I understand the curse of the Supera."
Well, you know, it's blame the Superior. Yeah.
Can I free you if I cut more strings?
The captain steps near Astrom and says, I believe that would hurt him more than heal him.
All right, I will stop.
But it's up to Britlin. He's the one that this curse belongs to. It's his choice, I believe. If he wishes to be freed or be restrained from whatever evil is holding him.
I'm going to stealthily roll something. It's not stealthy if you announce it, but you know. Damn it. Okay, that doesn't work for him, but let me roll. Do that. Oh, okay, he won. You guys are talking, but all of a sudden you, all in your heads for a second, hear something. It's very familiar. It sounds like what seems to be Z.
Guys,
Yes?
I can't reach you. You
hear this voice. It's coming from it's in your heads, but Z's right there. He's just sitting there, ignoring you guys, actually. But this voice sounds more panicked.
I'll slide my eyes to Z and take a closer look at him. The one that we see here with us.
You can look closer, and as you do look closer, because it's not that hard by this point, you also see tiny little puppet strings on him.
I'm not sure our friends are here.
I'm not sure we're with our friends.
captain is now gonna start like looking all over his body, like, where are they? I see them.
Where? Still looking for strings in your own body.
Yeah, Magda's
Yes.
gonna look down at herself and kind of wiggle her fingers and see if there's any
Strings.
strings. There are no strings on me. Sorry.
You look, and you don't inherently see much of any strings on you. Luckily.
He steps. Not. She's gonna make it so that anybody can do an advantage attack, but she's not gonna attack, if that makes any sense. But between Britlin and Z,
So what you gonna do?
she's gonna look straight up and go, "Is this your idea of a joke?"
You don't really get much of any response.
We would like to be with our friends now. These aren't our friends. These are puppets. And while I like a
Come
while
on.
I like a good marionette show,
I like marionettes, but please.
yeah, that's kind of what she's saying.
If we don't get any response from whatever's above us or around us, after a few moments, Astram is going to say, "The show is over," and he's gonna like slash all of the strings binding Z.
You slash all the strings, and all of a sudden, and you hear more of a quake, and you pretty much see all of like the strings break off, as what flops over is not Z, but just a soulless puppet. And those two star eyes seem to be his actual eyes, but they're attached to those tendrils as they quickly draw back into the darkness.
Wait, the eyes are real?
Well, yeah, remember you're going after Z's eyes in the first place.
Oh,
And those seemingly were being used to fake as his normal eyes.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Okay, I wasn't sure at first what you meant. Cool.
And you see the hand above what probably where Z was puppeteering that puppet slinks away.
Shall we have a closer look at the Britlin puppet?
You know.
The captain
The
is
button-
now going to pull out
Slightly
his.
backs away.
The captain's now going to pull out his flintlock, put it straight at Britlin's bucket, and say, "You will answer and not lie to us, and you will tell us what is going on here, or I will put a bullet through that bucket and that skull of yours."
You know, it's nothing in particularly.
He
I was
pulls.
just
He
shooting-
pulls the hammer back on the flintlock.
I'm
I'm warning you, Britlin.
You want to do that to your old friend, right?
You
Magda
are
will walk up
not
to Brit.
a
Hey,
friend. You are a
hang on, Captain.
mimic.
Hang on, Captain.
You can see the anger
Magda will
in his eyes.
Thank you, Twinge. I did not need that. Magda will walk up to this Britlin,
Are you walking between
puppet.
Britlin and the captain?
No, she's on the front.
Okay.
Well, she's wherever the captain is, she's
Yeah.
on the opposite side of where the captain is.
Okay. So you're coming up behind him or on his side or something. Yep.
She leans over. You better do what the captain says, because even though you are not a friend, he is still your captain.
Well, before Brentley can say anything particularly, you finally hear something. Well, don't hear, but you see a glint in the distance to like your guy's right.
Mhm.
And what you see is one of Z's actual stars. And it's very
Okay.
quickly flying.
Okay.
And it quickly flies by and quickly removes the Britlin strings. and then flies over and quickly destroys a bunch of strings. And actually, that giant like eyeball you've seen?
Yep.
All of a sudden, it's also a giant wooden puppet, and it quickly crashes down. And all of a sudden, everything starts crumbling, and as it seems like this realm has lost its control.
The
And
captain
then
is stumbling around as parts of the platform are crumbling away. Guys, we need
You
to get
wake
out
up.
of here. Okay.
you're all on the cave floor, where you're left. Z, Britlin, and Bastion are all looking over all you guys. You guys good?
The captain's
What
like rubbing
happened?
his head and he's like,
You
That-
guys kind of just passed out?
was that
Wait.
a dream or was that... That didn't feel like a dream. That was definitely real. He's like still checking his body for like the strings.
You guys seem to be mentally caught by something, Z says. I couldn't even detect your souls.
Oh, that's
believe
not
we-
good.
I believe perhaps we were the ones that were astrally relocated.
You can see the captain is holding his hands and his hands are like shaking. Like he's gone through like some serious PTSD right now.
Magdai, are you harmed? Bastion says.
I don't appear to be Bastion, but thank you for asking.
It was very concerning.
Whatever those creatures were, they were apparently attempting to trick us.
What do you mean? It seems that something took their souls and maybe was trying to convince them something. Like what? What happened? Britlin says while like grabbing on like to Magdai or whoever and just shaking them.
I don't
You s-
know.
You scared me and everyone half to death.
Well, I'm sorry.
The captain is going to pull out a small little thing of like a metal canister. He's gonna pop the lid off and just down the hatch.
Damn.
He's like, but his hand's like violently shaking as he's like pouring it. It's like
Captain,
dribbling
I can tell
all
you
over
are
his
shook from what happened.
dribbling all over his beard and chin and stuff like that. And he says,
Can any of you recite what you see?
Magdai will.
all you just
recite-
hear from the captain is the horrors, just the horrors.
The horrors.
Magdai will repeat the stuff that she saw, that she heard.
What the? Z looks at Britlin. Concerning. It seems that whatever you found tried to lead you guys into some sort of false sense of security. Maybe even trying to keep you in there as long as it could. Maybe to delay something.
Delay what?
Well, you were all out for a good couple of hours. Felt like a day.
A day?
Or maybe longer than that. Because I can't see the stars or anything, I have no idea what time it is right now.
Wait a minute, where's the dragon?
What dragon? Bastion says.
Oh no.
What?
We were talking to a dragon.
I don't think I saw any dragon. Me neither.
Right.
This realm is going to be difficult to navigate if we can't trust what we see, or even talk to.
The captain is stopped doing his drink thing, and he's now pulled out a small little like gold coin, and he's just rubbing it between his palm and his forefinger, like incessantly. Like it's like his like it's like a blanket for him. It's his calming tool.
It seems this is going to be harder than it first was seemed. Getting your eyes are going to be way harder. Z, no time for lightening the mood. Britlin. Oh, sorry. We have to keep an eye on each other. I'm afraid if any of us split up.
Well, yeah.
The captain has calmed down now, and he's still a little shaken, but he shakenly says, "From now on, we employ a buddy system. 2 people to each other. If we have to split up, one person goes with the other and checks in with each other every hour." And he hands out these they're little scrolls, but they're you never seen these before. But the captain, I'll let Astrum, if you would like to roll a insight check.
Oh, sure. All right.
You know what these are. They're a modified form of something.
Oh, okay.
So, I like that. Modified sort of something.
I rolled a
I'm
4.
modified.
I'm not big on the.
Yeah, you're not. You've seen these in the captain's quarters, but you don't remember what they were.
Okay.
You just think, oh, they're just maps or scrolls, just like that. He passes each one to each of you, and said, well, one per group of 2. And he kind of pairs you up and says, "These are sending scrolls. If there's ever an urgent need to send a message to another team member, you may do it. But you may only do it once every day, so use them sparingly."
Well
Okay.
then,
They're like sending
I'll
stones.
try not to need something.
They're like sending stones, but they're repeated use once per day. The spell recharges after a day.
How do we want to pair off?
I believe we should have a strong person go with each team member, and one person. In the event we ever get into a situation that we need to defend ourselves, we should have someone who is capable of defending the weaker. For example, he holds up his flintlock and he says, "I'm not good with this thing, as you well know." And that's why he points to Bastion and says, "For example, you and Magdi are a good pair."
Correct.
Yes.
Astrum, you could come with me, and Britlin, he looks at the numbers in the party and he says, "You could be with Z."
Well, good old friend. I guess it's you and me. Charming.
Now, wait a minute. What about, Bernera? Or is she not here?
Where is Bernera?
Oh no.
I thought she was with us. He's looking around, panicked, like. She
We
probably.
are one member short.
We are 1 member short.
Well, she was only out of our vision for a minute or 2. She went out to look for something.
Okay.
We'll have to keep an eye out for her, but for the moment, we may have to trust that she can take care of herself.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
So you say we're in a cave or a cavern or something?
It's very big and it's very windy, but it's not. You're not specifically where you remember being left off.
Yeah. The captain is going to take his torch and he's going to kind of shine it around and examine the area. He'd like to roll perception.
Roll that perception, boy.
17.
So what you looking for specifically?
He's looking for any signs of people who have been in here, anything that looks out of the ordinary, like piles of bones, skeletons, maybe used
You
items,
look
treasure, or anything.
Around, and there's still more of those crystals, but you don't really see much of anything here.
These crystals are very interesting. He plucks one off the wall, one of the wall of these little spike things, and he holds it up.
It gives a weird surge of energy as you grab it.
He drops it
It
to
also
the floor
feels-
and steps back.
You go to drop it, and it just starts floating.
He's
Just
he's
drifts.
he's little he's short, so he's looking up this floating crystal. And he's like, that doesn't look natural at all.
This is, as I know, Britland says, is the material that the orb's made of. He says we're kind of flicking it, and it just kind of drifts across the cavern. Well, the little cave.
True, yes. We do know that this stuff is made of whatever the crystal's made of, but I've never
And we use
experienced...
that to our advantage somehow. Sorry.
Maybe.
And how do you suggest we go about doing that, Astrum?
Well, I suppose that depends on what our goal is with the crystal.
Well, we have to repair it. We know that much.
Britland goes, well, before we all split up in our little parties of two, are we trying to get a way out, or still trying to get Z's eyes? Presumably from that, whatever you guys saw.
I believe one group, and feel free to chime in, anyone, if you think this is a good idea, but I believe one group should have one objective while the other group has another objective. Kind of, what did they used to call that back in the day? Ah, yes, a pincer attack.
Yes. Z comes forward and says, I do have to warn you all. That dragon, quote unquote, you saw, that may not be its true form if its true ability is to trick us.
Well, then that's just wonderful.
Very strange indeed.
Right.
And greatly alarming. And also, I recommend to not trust everything you see with your own eyes. I'm not sure if its power only stops at mimicking people. Try not to trust objects or even caves if you can help it.
Caves? Yeah.
It mimicked our environment, didn't it?
Very true.
It may even fake division, to be honest.
The
Whatever that
captain
thing is.
pulls out another like 3 bags of coin. He says, I believe these will come in handy. And he just hands each one of you a bag of coins. He says, every 60 feet, I would like you to put a coin down behind you as a trail, leading you back to this very spot. If any
I wouldn't
of us...
trust that, Captain. The thing can fake reality, and it may even move these coins on us.
He is about to hand a pouch to Magda, and he says, so what do we do?
I'm not sure. This is definitely a bad situation. We don't know the limits of its abilities, nor where it is right now.
If only we had Bernira with us.
Yes.
Well, Bernira is not with us.
Its mission is obviously to delay us. Killing us is probably on its side objective, though. Jeez.
That's just wonderful.
These caves are riddled with crystals, from what we've seen.
Yes.
Is there a way that we could channel an amount of destructive power through them? If we don't know where the creature is, we just need to attack everything in the cave.
And have the entire cave come down around us? Astrum, that's a great idea.
There are complications to the plan.
We are not sure of the cave's integrity, Bastion says.
Looking over to the giant drill over in the back, and he says, I mean, we could always forge our own path, but as you said, Bastion, the integrity of this cavern is not all the greatest.
It seems abandoned. It's recommended to not mess around. This is difficult. We could probably use these crystals, but we need something to, well, use them. We can't use them ourselves that easily. We need like a device or, magic. These things do a multitude of things, but if you break them, I think actually that's how you get those tears. We probably don't want those tears.
Ostrom's going to look at the drilling machine. Is it just a simple drilling machine, or is there any other mechanics on it that we could use?
Well, it's kind of a distance away from you guys. Like, you're looking down a little bit and you can see it. You'll have to go back down to it.
Well, I'll approach it. I'll start heading towards it.
Well, as you look at it,
As you're approaching...
it's a lot more damage than you remember.
The captain is now going to be following Astrum closely because buddy system.
Oh yeah.
Yes. As you two get closer to it, you realize something about this. Either something hit it really bad, or this is the one that Captain got into, and it was horribly damaged from the start and could have probably killed him. As you see, like, little sparking wires and all sorts of things all around the seat.
And the seat is missing.
Yeah.
Someone ripped the seat out.
You have no idea if this was before or after. Judging by how whatever this is can change what you perceive things as.
I definitely remember sitting in the seat, or what used to be a seat, somewhere in there. He's like looking in the cab. And he says, well, the keys are still here. Holding them up.
I'll
I don't think it will start,
at
though.
wires. So there's wires in here. Are they? Does it seem like the mechanism is entirely to control the drill, or I'm trying to think if there's any way we can interface the crystals with it and do something fun.
Fun. You look around and you see on the tips of the laser drill pieces that you do see a little bit of the crystals in there. But you also feel very cautious about sticking your head anywhere near where the lasers come out.
That's fair, but that is a good clue.
There's definitely some way to use them. I mean, technically the floating orb also uses crystals as its ability, so definitely these things have multiple uses.
How big are the laser arms?
Laser arms are about this is a very medium-sized drill. So basically, it's like the size of it's basically the size of the waist up of you if your arms were fully extended upwards.
Okay, so it would be a bit unmanageable to detach one of these arms and try to carry it.
Yeah, it's very tall. Well, it's very big compared to you.
It's about as tall as Bastion.
Yeah. And Bastion's very big. At least 6 or 7 foot. Very unwieldy.
Oh yes, they're unwieldy.
Meanwhile, the rest of the group. Well, should we start splitting up and looking for clues? Ha ha.
Well, yeah. Look for what kind of clues?
Well, probably 2 clues are useful. Either an exit or anything about that entity we're fighting against.
Fair.
Its location, but of course we can't trust that, but more of its abilities. We need to know what it's weak to and what its limits are.
Right.
Without that knowledge, we're pretty much moving blind.
All right.
Well, this is one hell of a predicament. It is.
All right.
Z thinks a little hard. Because I only have one theory about it, but I'm hesitant to speak of this theory.
What's the theory?
As I can tell by what you said you saw,
Yes.
it was unable to teleport, well, remove one's soul from me, Ritzlin, and it couldn't move Bastion there either.
Well, Bastion is you're Warforged, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And you, Z, are a divine entity, and she rolls her eyes when she says that. A divine entity. Then Brittlin over here. Well, we don't know what Brittlin is.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm a skeleton.
Which means you don't have a soul.
Yes. So it seems it can only move things that have an accessible soul.
Which
Or
is the
we
reason why I'm kind of glad I'm going with Bastion over here.
Yes. But Seems that at least and also doesn't have a good grip on people it mimics.
Well, they didn't do a good job of mimicking you, Z, because you didn't speak.
Yes.
And with Britland, it was a little bit better.
With Bastion, I don't imagine it really was much of anything.
Well, Bastion wasn't in it.
Correct. What about the dragon you saw? Did it turn into a puppet?
It was a white dragon that spoke.
Hmm. Did it... Difficult. Did you see anything controlling the strings?
Did I?
Yeah, you looked up, you'd seen big crystalline hands. Look kind of similar to the crystals floating around you right now, but like
Okay.
bigger and dimmer.
They look like big crystalline hands. From this very ancient game, I remember,
Hello.
Super something Smash.
Master Hand.
Sorry, what?
The Dungeon Master hands.
the Master Glove from Super something Smash. Sorry, I had
Very
to.
fun. You had to, it was tempting.
It was tempting. It was very tempting.
Interesting. Well, maybe that's a part of its real form.
We can only hope.
And if that is true, then at least we have a reference to go off of what we're looking for.
Granted.
But I'm very hesitant. I don't even think a groups of 2 will fully help us from not getting tricked from each other.
All right.
But it is more efficiently faster if we split into groups of 2. But I could still have a risk of us meeting with what we think is just the other 2 of you. And it could be, well, incorrect. And that's no good at all.
True.
But what are we gonna do? Either we can move in an entire group and risk getting all wiped out at once, or lost, or just taking too long. And our mission is, of course, time sensitive.
That is true. That is very true.
My approximation is they're trying to waste our time.
Heh. Yes.
That's probably why they didn't try to kill you when they had you tricked. They're not trying to kill you inherently, they're trying to slow us down as much as possible. Well, that's kind of rude, but Britlin says. Agreed. Well, anyways, I could recommend that you 2 just points to, Magda and Bastion.
Uh-huh.
Go that way, roughly where I think, at least, is to where we came from. Over near the
Okay.
entrance.
Right.
I and Britlin explore the higher areas.
Okay.
I will, try and keep in contact with you guys. Good luck!
All right.
Z and, Britlin climb up to, like, a higher area. Well, Z just floats up while Britlin climbs. Well, Magni,
Yes.
off we must.
Off we must. Wait.
Wait.
Just 1 minute, you wait. Off we must.
Off we must.
You can do that voice a lot better than I can. Oh, gosh.
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, God.
The entire podcast was just Yoda impressions.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
No,
Okay.
that would be ballin'. But
Yes.
meanwhile, you 2, Captain and Ostrom, fiddling around with the driller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You see the other groups of two walk off. You see Z and Britlin getting up to the higher parts of this large cavern. Because that's where you left the driller, assumingly.
The other driller,
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fiddling with the driller that is damaged horribly.
Yeah.
But you see Britlin and Z getting up to higher places and walk off into the different cavern or cave. And you see Magdai and Bastion walking off in a direction as well.
Well, you hear Magdi cough a little bit. Oh, God. I think something went down the wrong tube. Cough, 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 cough.
I'll turn to the captain.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I have a theory of how we might be able to use this damaged machine to help us.
How do you plan on going about this?
We need to get one of the arms to aim back into the caves.
I see where you're going, but this is all mechanical. He's like looking at the wires and stuff like that, and he would like to roll investigation to see if he can do what he's learned from Rhett, basic stuff he's learned from Rhett, of like rewiring this thing.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot more complex wires.
Well, yeah, but he's gonna
Rhett's
try.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, I can do this, I can do this, you must roll.
He's gonna have a +3 because that's basic knowledge. 18.
Very good. You're just like, I think I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
You see this halfling just hop up into the cab, get up underneath the dashboard, and just stick his head straight up in and start like fiddling around with wires, and you're
The whole time you're chanting, I believe I know what I'm doing.
yeah, and you just hear the roar of the engine come to life. He's successfully
Cool.
He successfully hot-wired a drill.
So, I'm going to look at one of the arms for the drill arm. I want to see if I can get it to aim backwards into the cave system rather than towards the wall.
You're gonna have to grab that damn arm and move it cautiously and not having the laser face you by accident.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like you can lightly see inside like where the crystals are seen, and you see them glowing.
Okay.
And you're just like, I don't wanna be on the wrong end of this probably.
Right. Here's my idea. I want to try to get one of the laser arms aimed back into the caves, and then I want to try to modify the laser so that instead of firing a deadly concentrated beam, I want it to try to like spray and spread light out, with the idea that I can try to fill at least part of the caverns with light from the laser.
You're gonna have to modify the lens.
Yeah, do you want to roleplay that? Because, like, I mean...
Sure.
Yeah.
The captain's currently up in the guts of this thing, trying to, like, still wire things back together. And you can be explaining this, like, to him while he's trying to work.
Okay.
You're trying to, like, figure out how you can modify this. This is up to you role-playing to figure out how to change the lens.
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Ostram's gonna pull out the spyglass that he uses on the ship. And then use his thieves' tools to like unscrew the end cap and get the lens out.
You have this in your hand, and you get like this weird waft of like crystalline energy, and it stings a little bit as you like breathe it. And you're like,
okay. I'll like hold my breath, and then I'm gonna use my thieves' tools to try to affix the lens housing from the spyglass to the front, so that when the light comes out, it spreads out through the lens.
The captain's currently still up there in the thing, working. What are you doing back there, Astrum?
I'm attempting to make a reverse spyglass.
Okay, he says, hold on one moment. As you hear
As you
like
hear him plugging a wire, you see the crystals inside start to glow brighter.
and you just see a little bar on the dash slowly rising, like a little meter, like a temperature meter.
Like, you're still trying to fix the lens, and all you're thinking is, this cannot be safe for my health.
Probably isn't.
There's just a warning like label like next to the to the laser, like
It's, it's fine. I'm evil aligned. I ignore rules.
Oh, really?
You play that card, oh god. He's immortal now.
Real evil.
I'm technically not breaking the rules if I can't read it.
Ah,
I'll even deface the label.
I can't be breaking the rules if I'm just ignorant of it.
Hold,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm gonna post something in OOC for you guys, just for shits and giggles.
Means mean nothing. You're just like, who cares? No one's gonna sue me for this.
Do you want me to make a roll? I was hoping I could use my thieves tools because I'm kind of like.
Oh yeah, this is like the part where you figured out what you're gonna do, but now you need to roll to actually fix this correctly and not get blasted.
All right.
Yeah, thieves tools correct because that's
Okay.
pretty much your closest thing to tools you have to like adjust this thing correctly.
Like maybe I guess that would be like a dexterity roll with proficiency for my thieves tools.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna look real quick to see if I can get Avery to do that. Help. Yeah. I'll just have to manually add my proficiency as a bonus, I think. To 2. Okay. So. Oh, and then in character chat. All right. Holy crap! I rolled a natural 20. Was not expecting that.
nice.
Easy. Easy game, easy life.
Astrum is an expert with lasers
Apparently.
and feelings.
Apparently.
You adjust this thing perfectly. Just cool. Perfect.
And
As he's doing this, he'll say, "My theory is that a creature made of shadow and illusion may be vulnerable to excessive light."
the head pokes out underneath the hood of underneath the dash of this thing, and he's holding up 2 last wires, and they're red and green, and he says, "Well, let's see what happens."
He plugs it together and all you hear is a. As the laser pretty much explodes out light. Pretty much making it impossible to see whatever it's touching. Then you see something you didn't expect.
Oh,
The light
Oh,
quickly.
no.
When the light makes contact with the other crystals, it's energy from the crystals themselves anyways, it causes the light to be bounced back.
What
Also,
a
like-
concept.
is it good or bad?
Yeah, that was my question.
All of a sudden you see the laser light going everywhere.
Okay, that was kind of what I was intending, so that's good.
course.
Asterisk.
The light is blinding, but also seems to be at least slightly still dangerous, just more subdued. But you do realize it's still hot as it quickly grazes your clothing a little bit and leaves a scorch mark.
I apologize for any dexterity saving throws I inflict on the rest of the party.
You're hoping it doesn't
Really?
go down the caves. Let me roll for that chance.
Oh, wow. You're a mess. You realize that?
You're a true mess.
You
Anyway,
are
If only,
true mess.
if only we had a Dr. Vess.
the roll could have been worse.
True.
Well,
Could have been
basically, meanwhile, while you and Bastion are walking, Magni, in the
Uh-huh.
distance you hear this loud. There's not very many crystals in your cave you're walking in, but all of a sudden you see bouncing between each crystal is this blinding laser light.
Is it in front of us?
No, it's behind you. It
It's
was
behind
happening
us.
behind you. You quickly see it, and it quickly whizzes over your head as it hits another crystal and bounces down.
What are those idiots doing?
Unsure. Seems hot. It's
Of
he
course,
says,
of course it's hot. It's a laser.
he says like
Lasers are hot.
It's a
he
class
pokes
4
it and you hear
laser.
loud. It's hot. His like fingers like red hot for a few seconds.
Oh, wow! I need to teach you not to touch things that you've already declared are hot.
Like his finger quickly like cools down. Ow.
I like that. Ow.
Like it's a very delayed ow too. It's only after it cooled down.
Yeah, I know.
Well, anyways, we should probably not pay attention to what they're doing. We must continue.
Yeah.
And try not to
that's
be
true.
cut in half from the lasers.
Well, let's see if we can avoid the laser.
I wonder if they had any, if these people had any warnings about not doing this originally.
Knowing the two that were messing around with the drill, probably not. I mean, it was the captain and our navigator. She puts it in quotation marks.
For being a navigator, he doesn't navigate very often.
No, he's a lot. I think he has more slithery qualities.
As you two are walking down, all of a sudden you hear like as lasers are, you can still hear the echoing of the lasers going. But all of a sudden you hear like a slight sizzling noise in the distance, like for a few seconds, and something like a kind of loudish, roarish noise. What was that?
Don't know.
Whatever it was, it seemed to get caught by the laser.
Well, let's go towards the sound then,
And not
let's-
get cut in half.
and not get cut in half. So we move towards the sound.
Well, you get where you guys originally even like teleported into this
Uh-huh.
largish cavern. You could see the hole Captain made.
Uh-huh.
Great memories. But the lasers keep bouncing down,
Uh-huh.
and you see on the floor, like into like a cave you didn't go into yet, where the lasers are going,
Uh-huh.
is this glowing crystalline thing. You have to get closer to see it, the better though.
She goes down. Hopefully Bastion is following her.
Yeah, he is following you. It seems to look like a large scale.
A large scale.
A large
Okay.
crystalline scale. It's still, actually, you go to pick it up and it's still like kind of steaming hot, and you kind of touch it, go tss, ah.
Ah! Dang it! Right after I told you not to touch something, I went and touched something. Ow!
It seems fresh.
No crap.
He pokes it with his like weapon.
That's probably a better idea than touching it. Ow.
He like looks at it and kind of flips it over with his weapon, revealing like what seems to be some sort of flesh. It seems it was cut off.
Something was here.
What do you think it was?
Does it look like it's the size of, like, a dragon?
It is very large. Maybe the size of my chest or yours. Could probably be used as an armor plate.
Well, yes, I know that, but I was asking if it's the size of, if the scale is the size of a dragon.
Yep, it seems like it. That's right, because Bastion seems to back it up.
Okay.
He picks it up and goes, I think it's cooler now. We can
Well,
keep
yes, hang on to that. That'll be proof.
He says, well, like, attaching it to his back.
Oh, now he's a turtle. Oh, no, he's a turtle. Sorry.
You can say that to him if you want.
No, she's not. She's trying to she looks at him attaching this to his back and thinks that in her head, but she doesn't say it out loud.
Like you're just trying to not laugh a little bit.
Yeah, she's trying not to laugh. Yep, that's it.
What is it? I heard you make a
Nothing.
noise.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just kind
This
of.
is not a smiling matter, Magdai. We must continue.
Yes, we'll continue. But just kind of keep walking. Yep.
Meanwhile, back over to the two idiots with the laser gun.
What? Hey.
You also, but it's even quieter because the lasers are really loud and it's all around you. But you do hear a very loud roaring noise in the distance as well. You did something right, maybe.
We may have found what we're looking for.
Agreed, he says as he gets up, pushes a couple buttons on the control panel, and says, there, now it's set to constantly running. As he's looking at the battery, like, meters, the power generators, like...
The battery seems to be dying, but it also seems to be like this heat meter thing rising rapidly.
It's kind of like low on empty, like running on empty. And he taps and he's like, that's normal, right? Ding, ding,
Well, if
ding,
we have a
ding,
limited time, we should go find what made that noise and deal with it.
Agreed. He says it's just leaving the wires just exposed, sticking out from under the thing. And he just leaves the thing, and like one of the wires is sparking a little bit.
Anyway, we want to be outside the blast radius when it finally goes off.
Of course.
Yep. As he hops out of the cabin, follows you, Estrom.
You guys start walking a path, and then you realize where you're following is also pretty similar to where you've seen Magda and Bastion go.
Okay, so maybe we'll meet back up with them.
So very good. Who do I focus on now? This is getting confusing. In a good way.
In a good way, yes.
Well, if we meet back up together, then both groups can just recombine. It's up to you.
Yeah, but where is Z and Brittley?
That's the question. They went up.
Yeah, they went up.
Who knows where they went?
Oh dear.
They went somewhere.
Yes, they went somewhere.
But yeah, as you two are walking, Estrom and Captain, you happen to find something you don't remember in particular. You don't remember this being like a three-way. Like you are, but then there's two other places, a left or right, but you don't remember a left or right, you just remember a turn. And you can't perfectly put your finger on if you turned left or right to get here.
Captain's gonna throw up like a military hand signal, like stop. He says, I believe something is pulling tricks on us, but which way do we come? Looking left, looking right, looking middle.
Like you're coming from the middle.
Yeah. He's like looking left and right.
Yeah, and a little backwards.
Yep. Estrom?
Now is one of these... Are one of these passages new then?
You don't know. This could have been here the whole time, and you just didn't notice.
Okay.
You have to roll maybe... I'm not sure. Would that count as a history or an insight or wisdom?
History.
Yeah, like you
Let's
have to roll a history check to actually remember
Okay.
Yeah.
how this was.
11.
You think this may have been here before, but you also think this may have not.
Okay.
Your approximation is flawless.
And we haven't been down either passage?
Well, you know you came somewhere. You know you came from one of these two areas, to get from where you guys first started and teleported into, and then where you were, and now you're coming back from?
Well,
You know you've been down one of these paths. You just don't remember specifically where.
okay. Well, I have to just pick one. I guess we're gonna go left.
Yep.
You're just like Eeny, Mimey, Mo, you.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
I like the eeny, meeny, miny, you.
The captain's gonna follow.
You two start walking down, and you're two just like, please don't lead to a death trap. Please don't lead to a death trap. I have no idea.
Mhm.
Can
Meanwhile-
the GM roll a
Huh?
a D4 for me?
I will roll you a d4 as you asked. So kind.
Get out of here, moth. There's a moth in my area that just decided to fly into my area.
Here, have a whole one.
Have a 1.
Have a one.
All right, I'm gonna message you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Get out,
Messaging me.
moth. Moth.
Moth.
I desire a light. Please.
I have a light. It's
Give me
above
this-
me.
Give me this generous donation, human.
I don't have a problem if it goes up to the light that I have over me. It's just
Moths are big.
this one was kind of small, actually.
No.
Uh-oh.
Of course. Oh, how comforting. Well, back to Magda and Bastion's great walking scheme. You two are walking and walking.
Uh-huh.
Magda,
Yes.
is it just me, or have we been walking here for at least approximately 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Also, is it just me, or is this cave getting small?
Well, I mean,
I believe there's at least a foot of space between you and me. Now there's at least 3 meters. No, incorrect.
I am 7 foot tall, dear.
I don't remember being so closer to you, so much closer.
Right.
It used to be arm length between us. Now our shoulders are almost touching.
Yeah, why don't we hold it?
Yes.
You're right. This is weird.
Batchin looks back and like left and right. The cave looks exactly the same. I've somehow forgotten where we are.
Well, we walked in a straight line.
Yes.
And we have that particular scale. She touches the scale.
You attach the scale.
No.
because
She touches, not attaches. Touches.
Yeah, I said touches.
Okay.
I just say things weird sometimes.
Okay.
You touch the scale, and it gives just a little blue, not blue, but like a little greenish glow to it around your
Right.
fingers. It's a little tingly.
Hmm.
Your hand feels kind of numb, to be honest, but yeah, it's fine.
Well, the reason why she was touching the scale was to see if she could have some sort of fight. This is from the thing that's manipulating us. Out over here.
Hmm?
Stupid fly. Or stupid moth. She wanted to know if touching the scale gave her. I don't want to say true sight because that's to get something else, but something like true sight.
You need to roll me, let's say, an Arcana.
Arcana?
Yes.
Oh, thanks. That's just a straight roll. Me not have good intelligence.
Yeah.
Me don't think. We smash.
No, it's actually she has a 10, which is average. And charisma is her dump stat. So. Oh, that's a 12.
Whoa. You managed to get something out of this.
Oh, really?
You, like, really, like, push your hand against this and squint. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And all of a sudden, you blink your eyes, and all of a sudden, your vision is all greenish, and you're
Uh-huh.
seeing through someone else.
Okay.
All
What
you
am I
can see
seeing
is
through?
something rapidly moving through caves. You can lightly see what seems to be hands, like these large claws, as it's rapidly climbing through the caves. And you can see for a second it stops and looks over to two people, seemingly looking around and talking. One that's a familiar robed figure, and one that's a familiar bucket-wearing figure.
Oh no.
And then all you see is this thing outstretch its claws toward them, and then the vision ends.
And you hear a loud roar off in the
Oh, no.
distance.
She opens her eyes.
What is it,
Crap!
Magma? What is it?
V. Oh boy, I'm mixing my metaphors. Z and Britland. They're about to be attacked by the dragon.
Oh no. Where?
Up, but we can't get up because I think the dragon has decided to stick us here.
Oh no.
Bang, 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 bang. She's taking her. She's taking her. Give me a second. She's taking her short sword and doing this to the top of the cavern that she's in.
You'd want me to assist?
Well, if this is an illusion, that should be taller, shouldn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
You-
Whack, 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 whack.
He takes
whack,
up his
whack.
like sword-based staff thing and like starts using a jet of wind to like drill.
yeah. I figured.
You see the ceiling slightly cracks a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Is that
And?
good or bad?
Well, is it doing it easily?
Probably. He keeps going and you see like light passing through the cracks. All of a sudden the top breaks and now you're in a larger cavern. And as you stick your head out, you realize this was like a man-made cave you were walking through. Or
Uh-huh.
whatever that thing was. Made cave.
I stick my head up. We're in something that's been man-made. Looking down at Bastion.
Huh.
We're in something that's man-made.
Like you're definitely like now in a larger cavern that's natural, but you're in like a tiny little cave that was getting smaller. And as you
Yeah.
look more forward, you realize it gets smaller and smaller until it meets the wall.
We would have walked into a wall, Bastion.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That would have wasted a lot of precious time.
Yes, it would have. Let's go back the way we. Because she's got her head poked out, can she see? Not to where the thing ends, but in the other direction. Can she see?
It kind of goes into the wall as well, so it must have been drilled through. Either that or this was plugged into what the original entrance was. Up to this large cave. This artificial little passage.
How long is the passage? Can I determine that?
You can't specifically approximate, but it's very long. Long enough to take about 20 minutes to get across.
Okay.
Very large.
Very large. All right.
Well, very long.
Gearbox, when you get a chance, check DMs. Respond to me when you get a chance.
Damn it!
Remember in particular.
I thought I had to sneeze.
You had this, but no.
I had to blow my nose, but I thought I had to sneeze. There we
Oh
go.
no.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
But yeah, Bash is looking around like, this is a much larger cavern than the other one.
Yeah, let's try walking on top of this man-made cavern.
Be careful. I do not think it's very strong.
Well, yes. She will wiggle her way out, stand on top of the cavern. How strong is it?
You stand on it, and it seems like it can hold your weight, but you do feel it slightly bend after you stand on it for a few seconds. And then you see Bastion stand on it, and you see cracks form.
Right. Okay. So this thing was made out of what is commonly known as paper mache.
Wow. How well made. He says, well, he quickly falls through it, but he doesn't, like, drop, or he just kind
Yeah.
of continues to stand there awkwardly. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay.
My legs.
My legs.
I did
What
not
happened to
bend
my
them.
legs?
Owie.
What happened to my legs? Owie. Oh god. So okay, so walking on top of the thing is not going to be such a hot idea.
Yeah. Passion just kind of staring at you like a sad child or puppy.
Yeah.
As you're
She-
walking, you hear a low rumble off in
Oh,
the
no.
distance.
Okay. Now we're on this tunnel. Now, can we actually get down off the tunnel? This thing? And find another exit. That's what I'm asking. Or do I need to roll?
You look around, you definitely see more caves to go, but you're just like, there's a cave entrance, there.
Rocks
Yeah.
start falling from the ceiling, like stalactites and stuff like that.
A very slight boom in the distance.
Can I tell where the boom is coming from? Or do I need to roll?
Dexterity saving throw.
You need to, yeah, you roll a dex, damn it. Oh dear.
That's a 12.
You're just like, not this shit again, as you quickly see
Yeah.
like a stalactite falling, and you get reminded what happened last time.
Uh-huh.
You quickly slide out the way, and you're not fully gonna get out of the way, and then Bastion quickly scoops you up and dodges.
Thank you.
As you're sliding down the tunnel, like slip and slide kind of style, as stalactites are falling behind you.
These rocks are wet. He says, well, he started to slide down.
Why are these rocks wet?
Moisture builds up in caves.
Not that much.
There could be a spring nearby. He says, well, sliding.
Yeah, but there also could be two naughty kids upstairs, playing in the bathtub.
The civilization is dead, Magni. No time for jokes. He says, well, sliding down.
Yeah. Can I determine where the boom is coming from? Which was my first question.
You're sliding far away from it, but all you can tell, because it's not that hard to tell, is it was definitely behind you guys when you're walking from where the drill was and everything. So you can only assume what those idiots did. Also, you notice the lasers bouncing everywhere are gone.
Okay.
And explosions happened.
I think I know what happened. The
What?
drill blew up.
Oh dear. Meanwhile, Ostrom and Captain,
Yep,
you two are gingerly walking down, and you hear a loud.
yep. And Captain is going to grab Astrum and hit the deck. On top of Snake Man.
Rocks and crystals go everywhere.
He's
Uh-huh.
he's covering his crewmate, so he's going to take the brunt of the damage.
Cool.
Oh, very good. Very nice.
Yep.
Good,
I will
Captain.
roll a dexterity saving throw. if I can get down to that channel and roll that, that'd be lovely.
Suppose I should roll. Do I do with advantage because I got cover?
Oh boy.
What? Sorry? So much is happening.
Oh, I should do a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, roll with advantage because
Yeah, roll with
I'm-
advantage.
I'm covering you, so I rolled an 8, so I'm gonna take all the damage.
You got a halfling shield, halfling meat shield on you.
Yeah, I rolled a 22 with advantage.
Nice. You take like no damage.
The captain
heal.
rolled an 8,
Let me roll him a nice little,
juicy damage.
You take 7 damage.
Ouch. You just like hear like the ripping of like
You get
clunk
pelted in rocks. None of them
Yeah.
actually hurt you that bad.
yeah.
You do.
You just hear
feel. You do
halfling
hear like a
saying,
very
"Ow, ow,
mild.
Ow! 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 It's like
The
rocks are
worst
hitting
thing that
his head.
happens is maybe a rib got a little bruised, but that's it.
Yep.
Or a spine, but yeah.
Well, spine's more important, but you know what I mean.
Look at one of those.
Clear.
Anyone got a replacement spine reaches over to the skeleton. Do you mind if I borrow that? Yoink.
You're getting pelted in rocks. Like, ow, ow, why do I do this for you?
No, he just says, "I'm a halfling, damn it, not a hero."
Oh, nice use of trope. Very good.
Cover, so.
Like, ah! But eventually the explosion subsides.
The rumbling of the cave stops.
Yeah.
And a faint smell of burnt rubber and metal is wafting through the cavern.
So you're not that far away from the explosion.
Yeah.
I'll start to get up and I'll say, well, hopefully the machine did everything we needed it to do. to the
Agreed, as
dragon.
the captain's like dusting himself off and like pulling like little like gemstone like spikes out of his shoulders and stuff like that. And
You
he's,
two
like,
just
reach around,
lying
pulls
on
one
the
out of his
ground.
back.
Like
Yep.
looking at each other or at the ground, nowhere near around you.
Yep. So where are we? Looking around.
You two
Are
finally
we-
look up. And you realize now you're like on what would be called a rock balcony of a very large cavern. Like very, very large.
Oh,
I don't remember this being here.
I assume the cavern is pretty dark.
He holds up his torch.
Luckily all these crystals keep it mostly illuminated.
Okay. Hey, and
And
we
the
tried.
floating ones help too.
And for our audience, this is what you see.
Oh, I do love that image.
That's a good image.
Oh, very good image.
Like the cave seems, but this cave doesn't seem or feel inherently like any amounts of natural.
Okay.
It feels more like something carved everything into place. It's very large. Like large pillars hold up this entire cavern, but it's definitely made of like rock, but it seems carved into like a pillar-like position.
Do I notice any movement in here?
Roll my perception.
And 8. Blech.
Oh,
You look-
there.
Look around and you keep getting distracted by the floating crystals that are just kind of drifting.
Fair, they're pretty.
And then you look harder and then you get bonked in the head with a floating crystal as it just lightly pokes you. It then bounces off you and just floats up onto like the ceiling.
The captain's like, "Excuse me," looking at the crystal, which is a completely inanimate object.
Yeah. Just lightly floating away.
The captain's gonna roll a perception, and he has dark vision. Because halfling.
Yeah. So you can see a little better in the dark, past all like the floaty lights.
25.
You look around, squinting like a bear.
What do I see?
And you see a large, slender tail slinking into, like, a cave.
He whispers to Astrum. Astrum, I think it went that way. Pointing in that general direction.
Is that cave anywhere accessible to us, or is it like across the span?
Well, first you look down, and you do see there's a lot of these probably artificially made stalagmites all on the floor. Those are the floor spikes.
Ah, okay. So trying to cross this chamber is going to be dangerous.
Yeah. But you do see a lightly made passage towards the cave, but it seems to be very underused, as it's cracked and very unsafe looking.
We'll have to go carefully if we're going to pursue it.
Agreed.
I'll say.
The captain is going to risk it for a biscuit and go first.
But there are no biscuits.
Okay, fine, gold coin.
Okay.
Would you go for a Scooby snack? Gold coin.
I can just see that. We hold out a gold coin. The captain goes. Yeah, kind of.
He gets a burst of courage.
Inspiration point. Yeah, so, yeah, the captain's gonna cross. He is going to roll, dexterity, athletics, or... What do you want me to roll? Sleight of hand? Probably not.
You're gonna be rolling dex, because you're gonna have to be constantly
Seriously.
dodging little rocks falling.
Okay. Thankfully, his dex is... it's okay. It's a +5. 25.
You take a step, you hear a rock slipping, and you immediately step away from it, like
He's
Yeah,
doing
just Oscar's
he's doing
watching
this
you do-
weird dance, but like it
Yeah,
looks
it
like
looks like you're doing a little native dance, just like you're making noises too the whole time,
Yep.
like ooh yee, oh no.
No, 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 no.
Constantly dodging rocks and stuff. And Ostrom, because you're looking from the outside, roll me a perception.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my perception checks have not been great this session. That's better. That's a 15.
Oh yeah, that's a.
You roughly see it. You're looking where Captain, like the first few rocks where, like it's like really close to like where you need to go. You see Captain about to take a step there, and you look and you see something shimmering, like a long stringish something on where he's about to step.
Oh, can I rush forward and grab him before he steps on it?
Or you can alert him. You can do either way you can think of.
Okay, I will say, Captain, wait.
He's like in mid like dance pose, and he's just like hovering in that like awkward like pose.
Well, I'll creep over because my instinct is to guess that it's a tripwire. I'm gonna creep over and attempt to disable it.
So you're gonna touch it. What are you gonna do with it?
I'll assess it first to determine if I'm correct and it is a trap.
You assess it, and you see it like on the direct edge where you wouldn't even bump into it. You see this long, thin, greenish string.
Okay, so is it like stretched out across the path?
It's just put on the direct edge of the path, actually, but it outstretches up into the ceiling.
Okay.
And now, on closer inspection, you also realize this little part of the path seems weirdly separated from the path.
Oh, okay. So, but if you put weight on it, it won't hold the weight.
That's what it seems.
Okay.
To.
How far do we have to get across the section that's separate? Can we jump it?
You could probably jump it with a little bit of risk. You could probably do it. You could probably step over it personally. You
Okay.
could probably step over it, but Captain would have to actually go for a jump, or you can try and pick him up.
Say.
The captain is still stuck in this like weird awkward like pose, and he's like teetering like on the edge of like falling over.
Osram's gonna be like, Captain, hold still, and then he's gonna pick up the captain
Holy-
and throw him
still,
over.
I'm holding as still as I can. He's
Yeah.
still in the same pose as you throw him. In the
You
same
throw
pose.
him, and he does a really funny cartwheel because of his position.
He
He does a little
pirouettes like
cartwheel into the path.
he pirouettes kind of like a ballerina, and then goes back to the original pose.
And then I'll just carefully step over.
You see a tiny little stone fall on top of like the path that you avoided, and all of a sudden you see the string tighten up as you see it yank the piece of path out very violently.
Ah,
And you realize if Captain stood on that, that would have launched him. Very harshly. And that probably would have been game over.
I believe we avoided a trap.
The captain just like relaxes his pose and says, "Well, at least I have a expert what
Navigator.
navigator. I was gonna say something
Navigator,
else.
yeah. Oh yeah, navigator.
Cannon
Sure, navigator.
diffuser. What do they call those? Oh, I guess it would be a technician of some kind with explosives. I don't know what they call those.
Also,
he's
you look-
stuck on the word, but he's trying to figure it out. He's like, whatever.
Demolitionist.
Ostrom, you're not fully focused on Captain because you're looking around and you look at the string that's still holding on to the path.
Oh.
And you see the string kind of snap and you hear a very light snarl above you guys.
It seems the creature can manifest its strings in the real world as well.
Well, great, he says.
Also, it probably knows that we're here.
Well, we best be going then. And he's kind of like skittering off, like, down the path, but being careful. He doesn't want to be anywhere near that thing. It gave him nightmares.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, back to Magdar's escapades. And Bastion doing freaking Tony Hawk Pro Skater over here. You're very surprised he could do this well. Warning, I think we're about to run out of water. Before he could finish, all of a sudden the water like stops, and all of a sudden he's like trips and kind of drops you, and you tumble a little bit as Bastion just kind of starts tumbling, rolling. And Magda,
Yes.
you look where Bastion's uncontrollably tumbling, and you realize
Uh-huh.
that's a cliff. And Bastion's uncontrollably sliding and tumbling as he's covered in water. Warning. Warning.
She is now looking for. She's looking for the strings.
Trying to look for strings.
Aha! You've frightened us. Do I need to make a perception check?
Sure. You can make a perception check to look and squint all around.
Finally, that sneeze comes.
Mhm.
Oh god. Ugh. I'm waiting on that stupid sneeze.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
You're looking, you don't see it anywhere, but you know it's here somewhere probably. And then you look on Bastion's leg, caught up in his leg gears again, but you see strings pulling him down.
She's good at how far away is he?
You're like a good foot or two away from the edge while he's like, teetering. Like he's literally he's holding on the edge right now.
Okay. She is going to lean down and use her short sword to cut said thread. No, you don't.
I'm gonna say you can see it pretty well. You just extend, and Sing. You cut the strings, and you hear a slight snarl down where the strings came from.
And I look down. In the direction of the stall I heard.
You hear a slight growl and then rapid moving away up into the distance. And then you hear a loud sound of a lot of rocks and stone being moved or displaced as it fades away.
Howard! That's all she says.
I need assistance.
Hang on, and she's not taking her eyes off of whatever it was that just did this to us. But she does lean and come on.
He
And
grabs
helps
your hand.
pull.
Magda, your cam is erroring. I'm going to refresh it for you.
Oh no.
Oh, is it?
That's kind of spooky. Do something spooky.
We just lost your feed, Magda, if you want to refresh it.
Oh shit!
Oh no, the illusions are taking over, guys.
Ah! The thingy is glitching out.
Yeah,
That's
just
concerning.
reset. Just disconnect and reset it.
Okay. I'll be back in a second, folks.
Yep. Technical
Wow.
difficulties, folks.
Feeds. Never had that happen.
Your webcam might be updating, or the software's
No,
updating or
it
something.
was. Trust me, it would have told me that the webcam would have been updating.
There. Well, while we get this technical glitch fixed, do we want to take a short break because I have to go get water and stuff like that?
I'm a bit late, personally.
I'm
Yeah.
coming back. It doesn't
Okay,
take me
okay.
that long to fix this silly thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, there
yep, there we go. Fixed. Yep.
Fixed and brand new.
All right, well, I'll be right back. I have to go get some water, but
Okay.
continue, please.
I got water right here. Refreshing. Sebastian,
back?
yeah.
We're back. Kenny had to step away for a second, but he said we should just keep going. And
Okay.
he'll be back shortly.
What were those strings?
That is the thing that we're trying to find.
Strange.
He is manipulating reality using those strings.
Those strings were a lot stronger than I expected.
Well, if it can get you off of this ledge.
Sebastian looks down a little bit. That would have hurt.
How high are we?
You look down and you can't really see the bottom all that well.
Yes, Sebastian, that would have hurt.
My wings wouldn't be able to help me if I couldn't get, well, up as it was pulling me down.
I think that was the point.
They tried eliminating me.
Yeah.
We must continue and find others.
Yes.
It's starting to get riskier.
Yes.
Ashton says, like, looks around and points towards, like, a entrance, cave entrance. This way.
All right.
Is it just me, or are a lot of these caves starting to feel more artificial?
Yes.
Strange. Very strange.
Very. And she's at this point. She's just repeating whatever he's saying. Her brain is kind of going.
What do you think happened to Brittlin and Z?
I don't know. I would like to find them to find out what happened.
We must find where they are.
Yeah.
Hello, Kenny.
Hi, I'm back.
Meanwhile, back because I'm now doing a little more flippy floppies. Back to Captain and then
Yep.
Ostrom.
Mm-hmm.
You two get into the. You walk through here.
Yep.
And as you two are walking, Hingham, let me think. It's getting a little more difficult the further we go.
Yes.
Oh no.
Wait, the GM's not prepared? What is this madness?
I'm never prepared, damn it. I just have a lot of competence. Well, confidence and confidence.
No, you're good. We're just
Yeah.
poking fun.
Just a lot of hope.
I put this
the
game
games are
together
held
on
up with-
hope, blood, sweat, and tears, and some duct tape.
Duct tape, toothpick, a little bit of saliva, and hope and prayer. That's all this is held up with usually. But either way,
No wonder the props department is so low budget.
yeah, that's why we got puppets for everyone. Really crappy puppets that fall apart if you shake them too hard. Like this! Anyways. As you two are walking, you hear more of that like shifting in the distance down the cave because it's very echoey here.
The captain's
But
gonna
eventually,
draw his short sword. Not a short sword, what is it? His dagger? Rapier, or whatever you want to call it. And he's going to prepare himself in the event that he needs to fight Sid thing.
the fan hit my damn headphones. How dare it?
Mm.
Owie. I hate being tall sometimes. But either way, give me a second.
So,
Hold a second. I'm just trying to shoo my brother.
okay.
Just give me a second. And I'm back. My brother's horribly distracting.
What I would imagine so. Brothers usually are.
Yes. But either way, Jesus. You two, like, go up, and then you find yourselves in another large cavern. But you see something. It's like a large spire, and it looks like a bunch of, like, on the top, looks like a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites have formed a cage. And you see roughly 2 figures there. You see what seems to be Z and Britlin, and both of them just like kind of upset. But the cage is also surrounded by those crystals, forming some sort of energy.
What does that mean? Looking at Astrum.
I'm not sure.
Do you think those are he's pulling out the scroll carefully, thinking about sending a message, and then he's like, but we can't determine if those are our party members up there, or if our true party members are back in the caves, he says. So if I send this, we need to be very descriptive about what we send, if we want to alert our party members or not. What do you think?
Actually, if we send a message, that'll allow us to confirm if those are or aren't. Because if they're not, they won't pull out their scroll.
Good call. He says, what message should we send? He's like, holds the scroll out. It kind of glows a little bit.
We could tell them where we are,
He
Where to look. If that's them, that'll tell
Yeah.
them to look for us.
Yeah, he says, can you see us from the basically, it's kind of like a setting stone, so I say, caged. Are you caged? That's the words I can send, because it's only like, are you in 2 cages? Do you think that's appropriate?
That's up to Ostrom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what answer we get. We'll either get a
Yeah.
yes or no.
Yeah. And he taps the scroll as the words kind of like go across the scroll, fade, and then the scroll stops glowing and snaps shut, using its daily charge.
You see the 2 figures kind of pacing back and forth, and all of a sudden you see one of them stop. And then they quickly reach into like their pocket area, pulls it out. Then after a few seconds of like looking at what seems to be the scroll, they quickly look around and then see you. And it seems to be Britlin, and he lets out a little wave, but doesn't say anything.
And
Ow! Ow! Ow,
fact-
my foot! I stubbed my foot!
the
Ow.
fact that Britlin's not saying anything is a little bit suspicious in how Captain is thinking.
How far away? They're
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, they're
maybe
pretty
they-
far away.
I want to
Yeah.
shout. And,
Yeah, I'm not definitely gonna shout, but when I get closer, when we get within range, I'm gonna do something.
yeah. Yeah. I think we should approach at this point.
Yeah, Captain's gonna approach carefully though.
You can also roll perceptions, of course.
All right.
I'll let you
This
roll
is just
that.
a reminder,
Astrum.
not a requirement. Ow, I stubbed my pinky toe! Ah.
The captain is definitely going to be stealthing, just in case something decides to creep up on us. So let me roll my stealth check. D20 plus stealthiness is actually a 4, surprisingly. 15 for stealth. Not the greatest, but it's okay.
You grab a rock and you start rolling with that rock.
Yep.
But you kick a rock a little bit, it starts rolling, and then you start trying to mimic it as you cover yourself in like rock dust.
He's a
Oscar just looking at you.
he's literally the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. The multitude of stones.
We are not sponsored by the Rolling Stones.
Get sued now. But what are you doing, Ostrom?
If I see the captain going stealthily, I will attempt to stealth. I rolled a 2 in my perception though, so I'm not.
You look around going, yep, this is fine.
Yeah. I'm very focused on being quiet and not on being attentive. I did roll an 18 on my stealth.
Okay. Okay, what did you both roll?
I think a 15 and an 18, respectively.
Correct, yes. 15 for the captain, 18 for Astrum.
Well, you guys didn't even need to go very high. When it comes to stealth. Anyways, as you two are like walking, all of a sudden you feel a very light rumbling. As you hear something crawling to one of the caves. Through one of the cave entrances. And all of a sudden you see 2 claws stick out. And then what quickly bursts out of the cave entrance. It's this large serpent-like dragon. That is very crystal-like. But it's not like the other dragon Nostrum that you remember seeing.
Okay.
The other one was more traditional, normal-based dragon.
Okay.
This is like a serpent one. But it
How
bursts out the cave and wraps around the spire cage thing. It doesn't seem to see you two, though. Because it rolled a 3.
So Britlin are Britlin and Z, they're not in the cage, are they?
Yeah, they seem to be in the cage on the very top of the spire.
Cave.
Huh?
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Is it a cave or a cage?
It's like a cage.
Cage. Okay.
Formed with stalactites and stalagmites.
Oh, okay. And this thing just came in and wrapped itself around that too?
Yeah, wrapped around the spire that's on the top of it. Like this, basically, there's a spire that the cage is on top of, like on the very tippy top, and it's wrapped around the base of this.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna approach quietly because either way, I think our party's gonna need help.
Yeah. It definitely does not look as pleasant as the other form you've seen it as.
Okay.
The other one looked like a normal dragon, but also looked kind of nice. This is like very, like you can't. Its eyes look a little more crazed. It just does not look as likable.
Okay. Does it look like it knows that Britlin and Z are there?
It seems it does occasionally look in the cage,
Okay.
and also as it breathes, it lets out that like very similar like crystalline energy mist that kind of popped in your face when you opened up the lens of the driller.
Okay.
No, Kenny, that's not what it looks like. It's long and slender, kind of like a Japanese/Chinese dragon. Come on, get real. Bad Kenny, don't make me get the spray bottle. No, don't cover me. No.
Uh, I'll look over to the captain and I'll say quietly, should we attempt a surprise attack? Although
he's
Ostrom
just
looks
as he's
cynical.
rolling around in the with the stone, he's like stuck behind the stone as it's rolling still, and you just see a thumbs up from the guy rolling behind the stone.
All right. I'll try to creep forward quietly.
It's rapidly looking around.
If I can, I'll try to keep like stones or stalagmites between me and it. 'Cause
Yeah. Of course, after a few seconds, all of a sudden you see it kind of twitch a little bit, and then it quickly like looks away to somewhere, and all of a sudden you see like this large mirror-like portal thing open, and then
Okay.
it quickly jumps into it.
Oh,
Gone.
wow. Okay, but it did leave.
Yeah. It
All right,
twitched
cool.
like something triggered it or something.
Okay. Once the dragon leaves that way, I'm actually just gonna break cover and advance as quickly as I can to get where Britlin and Z are. Because my assumption is it was just here to check on its prisoners, and now it's left, and now we have a window of opportunity to free them.
Yeah. You're gonna have to climb up this giant spire, though.
I'll give it a go.
As you're
Uh,
climbing up, let's go to our good friend Magdai and Bash.
Okay.
You two are walking and walking,
And
and Bash just. Why do I feel like? Never mind.
no, say say your piece.
I feel unnerved, if that's the correct emotion.
Definitely. What do you feel unnerved about?
Everything about this feels wrong. The story you told that you were shown that vision? Question mark. I'm not sure. It gives me conniptions.
Conniptions.
Yes. Everything you've seen so far. In that pond, now with the dragon. It feels inherently strange. And the disappearance of Brunera is also highly alarming. You two seem the most in tune with gods.
Oh, you want me to see if I can sense Bernero? Oh yeah, that's gonna be
Well, more of my acknowledgement of everything so far is more of what I'm saying. You two seem like an important puzzle piece. but I cannot figure out what that puzzle piece is.
What, the friendship that I have with Bernera?
I guess you could say that. Remember that large mural you've seen in Z's temple?
Yes.
That also is bothering me.
Why does that bother you?
I am unsure what it means. I was never inherently designed to feel much emotion.
You know, we need to change that.
Acknowledged. My only sole mission and purpose was to protect you from harm.
And you're doing that job wonderfully, Bastion. And she gently pats his shoulder.
That,
But-
Mhm.
But you're no longer in the kingdom of the sky. You're with me and my other crewmates, which we
Correct.
also consider you crew, even though you are my very abled bodyguard.
Correct. Ah, yes. Another thing that I was concerned about.
Yes.
That mural that shone your eyes glowing. I do have to say, your eyes have glowed once so far.
When did they glow?
When you interacted with this, he gestures to the thing on his back.
It glowed?
Yes.
Oh, brother, they glowed. That's just eyes. Is a they. Is
Your eyes glowed with it.
all right.
And I have lack of any idea of what it means.
Then I'm tapping into something that either I shouldn't or I should. I don't know
Unsure.
if it- Yeah, unsure. It's just
Maybe if you interacted with it again, you'll get some new answers.
I think I will. And she puts her hands on the scale once again. What do I roll?
Arcana again. But you
Oh.
roll with advantage because this is the second time you've done it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the advantage.
Again, there's a loud roar.
Oh no.
That is an 18.
You close your eyes for a second and open them again. Once again, green vision. You see this thing for a few seconds in a large cavern wrapped around some sort of spire. But all of a sudden, it twitches and quickly jumps into some sort of portal.
Astrum, please enjoy your free inspiration point from Magnarem.
Oh, thank you. I think I already do have an inspiration, so can I hand it off to
Yes, you can donate to whoever does not have an inspiration point.
people? Donate to, I don't know who doesn't have it yet. So
I do, so don't give it to me.
the captain.
Captain already has one, so in that case, Britland, do you
Oh, yeah,
have...
you can give it to Britland. Yeah, Britland will
Okay.
take one.
Sure.
Thank you!
Cool.
But yeah, as you watch this thing quickly run around and scouring, you see it crawl out of a place that you were just in. It quickly looks to where it's pretty much behind you. And it peeks its head.
And
through
it
the
what's
cave
its
and
head?
it peeks its head through like this little cavern and sees you two. Sees your back and Bastion, as Bastion quickly turns.
Well, actually, as she's hanging on to this, she's very quietly telling Bastion what this thing is doing.
Oh no.
Quietly. And
The dragon. You
it's
see
now
this
behind us.
You see it slowly crawling as Bastion quickly looks at you, looks at it, looks at you, looks at it, and decides to stand in between it and you.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you see it kind of back up for a second before it suddenly lunges, and you're quickly brought out of the vision.
And she opens it. She turns around.
You hear a loud bend and crack as you quickly look behind you, and you see that it's bitten down on Bastion.
Oh,
All you see is like his arm and his 2 legs, as you see his arm with his weapon is stuck in the mouth, in his head.
Let him go.
This entire dragon's head fills the entire cave, almost
He
too
doesn't care.
perfectly.
She's gonna bonk him.
Yeah, you're gonna braid him. But you see the thing quickly is backing up as it quickly like opens up a little bit and then bites down as like you see inside its mouth seems to be a portal.
Oh no, you don't. Drop him. Drop him. Kind of like telling a dog to drop him.
You hear Bastion just kind of like inside, just like Magdi. This is your chance to run. You need to get to the others.
I am not leaving you behind.
This is what I meant for, Magdi. I meant to protect you.
And I'm a part of this crew. We don't leave our crew behind. Drop him.
Why are you so stubborn?
Call him by soldier training. Drop him.
Just drop him there. Drop him.
She's talking to Bastion like a normal person, but she's looking at the dragon like a puppy.
The dragon starts backing, trying to shimmy its way out of the cave.
Oh no, you don't. Drop him. It's just kind of.
As like you do, you see strings quickly come out of like the ceiling and hit the floor in front of
Can I roll a dexterity check?
you. You can.
Yeah, thank you. Ten.
Huh?
10.
You try to like dodge through, but you kind of get caught in the strings and kind of thrown back by the strings. As the strings quickly start lifting the floor, making a wall. Or attempting to. You still have time to maybe slip through like a little goblin.
She's going to slip like a tiny goblin, like a tiny moogie.
Like a tiny movie.
Yes.
You're gonna have to roll a dex saving throw.
I thought so. Hi, Mag.
Hello, Mag.
How do you feel?
Hey, cool, buddy.
Shitty.
Oh.
Like a truck rolled over you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll all have those moments, man.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, you slipped through.
Mm.
Before like this wall's fully made and hits like the ceiling, you managed to slink through.
Uh-huh.
Like another.
And the dragon kind of looks at you a little surprised. You see its eyes kind of widen a little bit.
She's going after her crewmate.
You still see Bastion trying to like move, but every time he moves, it like bites down a little harder and also like moves him closer to the portal in its mouth.
The captain is.
Bastion going, "This is extremely uncomfortable."
The captain is now going to break cover from his rolling rock.
Well,
Rolling rock.
You're in the funny spire place. Oh, who texted me a thingy?
Thank you.
Thank you for that raid, Ancient B. Smith.
Well, actually, Mag, I have other plans for you. silly man.
Uh-oh.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Agent B. Smith.
I already said that.
Yep. It just came through in my end. Sorry, it's delayed.
I know.
Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to hell. But anyways, well, Bastion's Bastion's in hell right now. He's like, oh god, this is uncomfortable. Probably very uncomfortable.
She is definitely. She's definitely chasing this. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're gonna quickly pull away very rapidly
Uh-oh.
to our good friend here,
Oh
Rhaenyra.
no.
In a black void because that's where she disappeared off to, I guess, now.
A black void? Oh, okay.
There are multiple puppet strings lightly holding on to her, keeping her bounded down. Well, we're not in that black void, Kenny. Different
Okay.
black void. It's similar, but no. It's not as toweringly large.
Fair enough.
Rhaenyra doesn't fully remember what happened. She was walking, and now she's here. This is just somewhere. What do? You're in a black void, and you just woke up. You're on a little platform.
Did you say there was puppet strings binding me down?
Yes. These puppet strings are holding you down, or just kind of forcing your hands on your lap, as you're you're on your knees.
She's going to cast Burning Hands to incinerate the strings.
Okay. Your hands start rapidly heating up because you don't really need a roll for this. And the strings, with a very light, all pop off your hands. But you still don't feel lighter for some reason.
She's going to try to stand up.
It feels really hard for some reason. You could probably do it if you really tried, but it feels like a lot of effort.
I'm going to try anyway.
You stagger up. You look around in this black void and don't see much of anything. But you do see a glimmer in the distance.
Okay, she's going to walk towards it.
You walk off your platform. You don't fall, though. You start lightly walking towards it. As you walk around, you see multitudes of puppets on strings, all in different poses. You just kind of push aside them, I guess, unless you want to focus on them.
Do I recognize any of them?
You don't at first, until you start realizing they are dressed up super similarly to your old culture, before you left your kingdom.
She's going to use Burning Hands to start snapping the cords.
As you do, the puppets don't land on anything. They keep falling into the abyss under you. There's all sorts of different depictions all around you. There is one that does hold you for a second. One giant, much larger puppet, holding a trident and, in a sitting pose, but not sitting in anything particularly. And one puppet that's slinked in the background behind yours. Well, seems to be you by this point.
I continue snapping all the cords.
As you do, the weight, I wouldn't say feels lighter, but it does feel less burdened. And you continue towards the shining light. You walk to the very end of this, wherever you are, and you see a light. It's
Okay.
it's almost shining. It's shining like a star.
She's going to continue walking towards it.
It's right in front of you now. It's within grasps. You take it.
She's going to grab it.
You grab it, and a big flash of light. You awake. You awake, suspended on a cave ceiling, entangled in these strings that are rapidly falling off of you. and you realize that you're even blindfolded by strings that were wrapped around your head.
She's going to attempt to pull them off.
You pull them off with loud snapping noises. And you hear in the slight distance, in this cave somewhere in front of you, you hear Magdai shouting at something to drop it like it's a pup. Like drop it like how you shout at a puppy to drop something you don't want them to have.
Drop it! Drop it!
She's going to drop down and walk towards the sound.
As you walk, you eventually met with. Well, actually, you hear it, but you're in front of you is this large carved stone wall that's obviously just been raised in front of you. Probably no obstacle can stop you at this point, though.
No, she's typically angry.
So
Resting bitch face.
I can only imagine
Pretty
you break
much.
through it, as it's not
Yep.
that hard of a stone wall.
She's gonna throw the burning hands at it that she's been holding on to.
You break through it, and Magdai is quickly taken off guard, I imagine, by the loud explosion behind you.
There's also a stone that has stopped rolling. Next to
Yeah.
you.
Well, you're far away from this.
Yes.
You're somewhere else.
Somewhere.
Yeah, you hear this boom, though.
Yep.
But yeah, and Magda, you look behind you, and there she is.
Rhaenyra, where have you been?
He walks towards the thing in front of Magdai.
Bastion's still in the dragon's mouth. Rhaenyra, is that you? This is very uncomfortable. There's so much saliva. Please help. The dragon's still trying to shimmy away.
Let's see.
Help. Please don't
Hold
hook me
on.
either, though.
Let me see here. I need to check on something real quick. Let me just check on something real quick. Hold on. I gotta make sure I do this right.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time.
What you rolling?
That was my question. What you rolling?
I know what he's rolling. He's rolling with the
okay.
punches.
Okay, I found it. So, Rhaenyra is unfortunately very angry, and she has double the resting bitch face on her face. She's going to walk right up to this thing, not saying a word, and she is going to cast a Ganazar's Scorcher in both hands.
Ooh.
Oh, she's twin spelling this bitch.
Yes, she is.
Nice.
So, I need to roll 4d16 because it's 4d8 for a
damn.
single spell.
You see Bastion's little dangling legs. Because now it's just his legs by this point. And it's like,
No,
please don't
that's-
push me further in.
No, that's 4d17 because I have a +1 to my modifier.
Ooh.
Let me get to the right and appropriate chat. Two. 24 fire damage straight to the face.
You hit this thing. You also do blast a little bit of Bastion's legs, though, as its face covers the whole cavern, including Bastion's little legs sticking
That's
out.
fine. He can be repaired.
He's like, he's got a little heat. And he goes, "No, don't push me further in." As the dragon opens its mouth a little bit, and Bastion just kind of is now loosely moving around in there.
Since his mouth is open, she's gonna reach in and grab Bastion and start pulling him out.
Also, when you look in its mouth, you realize there seems to be a portal inside. So you realize it was trying to get him inside that portal. And when you look in, you think you see a little bit of what seems to be Britlin and Z walking past it, as it's like above them. And you pull Bastion out and goes, "Oh, thank you, please. That was so gross." He says, "Well, covered in, like, whatever that is."
She
Ow.
haphazardly tosses Bastion back behind her towards Magdi.
Whoa. Bastion stumbles a little bit. What you gonna do as the dragon's mouth is still open for maybe like a second or two?
He is going to take her trident and shove it in this thing's mouth, up into the teeth of this thing's
Yes.
mouth. And she's going to cast Thunder Wave
Where are you gonna cast Thunderwave?
through the trident.
Oh no.
Through the trident. All the
Oh,
way up to
damn.
the tip.
Oh.
And yes, she is going to twin this spell also. She's pissed.
Yes. Yes, she is.
So you're gonna
27 under damage.
You
Straight to the
zap into
teeth.
this thing. The electricity travels through the teeth and everywhere. Magda, you see like the dragon's eyes, and you see the eyes, crystal-like as they are, crack. As like a black fluid comes out of the eyes. And
Okay.
Bruno, you see the dragon, because it is kind of crystal-like. You see cracks forming inside the mouth.
How far away is the dragon?
It's pretty much right in front of you.
Okay.
With its mouth.
She is
Like
going to
that.
cast guiding bolt.
And you see the portal inside its mouth rapidly, like, flickering.
That is a 21 to hit.
You zap that fuck.
Thank you.
Just bang.
Well, hang on. I've got to roll my damage, and that's 46. So give me a second. 2, 6, 7, 12 points of radiant damage.
You shoot this thing, and you see like a large crack form its like top part, like of it, like the top part of its mouth, its muzzle. And lets out this like pained screech as you see the portal rapidly fading. As the thing rapidly tries to crawl away. With Burner still in its mouth, but it's not trying to do anything by this point.
No, she's already pulled her trident back out. She's already shattered its teeth.
The thing is trying to crawl away now. As you see, actually, it's not even really trying now. It's actually being dragged by something else. As you see, it's not even moving now, but it's being dragged away.
Rhaenyra's gonna follow it.
And so is Magdi.
You follow this thing as you see it being dragged by large black tendrils into a portal, and you hear, let me set this all up again.
My poor child. Don't worry. They cannot harm you anymore.
Whatever that meant to you. You could barely understand that. Those words confused you horribly.
No shit.
That was on purpose. But the dragon gets pulled in this portal, and the portal closes. Well, that was inventive.
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra turns around and walks back toward Bastion.
Hello.
The captain now emerges from behind a rock.
Oh, hi, Captain.
Hello?
Let's see.
He says,
Wait.
looking at
Where did you
Vernira.
come from? But as you guys look around all of a sudden, you also see like some like areas that were there are starting to drop their facade.
Hmm.
Rocks slowly fall, walls disappear, and large openings become small caves. As you realize everything was horribly changed. And you eventually see also this large cavern where the spire is and the cage. And you see Z and Britlin rooting on. Oh, what happened?
Alstrom's like halfway up trying to get to them.
Oh, hi. I can talk now. Yay.
What?
That
What
was
in
strange.
the hey?
Are they suspended in a cage?
Yeah, they're suspended in like a cage, but like there's a giant spire under them. So if you knock the spire, the cage will fall. But you also see Ostrom climbing the spire.
I'll glance over.
It's a cage made of stalactites and stalagmites.
Brunera is going to walk over and start trying to repair the damage done to Bastion.
Thank you.
The captain is going to try and figure out a way to release whoever is entrapped in the cage by...
Z sitting in the cage goes, that was strange. That dragon had a portal in its mouth. Really gross. I think my bucket still has some saliva in it. He's still dumping it out.
Yep.
Ugh.
So,
Ugh.
okay, guys, I found this, and I point to the scale that's on Bastion's back. Well, Bernero's working on Bastion,
Ah, interesting. Z
and
says.
every time I've touched it, I saw through the dragon's eyes.
Ah, that could be useful, actually, Z says. And also, the crystals that were binding this cage in like a no magic zone, it seems, all fall down to the ground. And Z goes, "Oh, I can teleport now." He says, "Well, quickly teleporting in a blink of an eye, right, like next to you, Magdi."
Alstrom will
Look up.
sigh quietly and start climbing back down.
Brunera is going to attempt to roll a medicine check to see if she can repair, at least somewhat repair, Bastion.
Roll, roll, roll. Also, Brenton goes,
Rolled
"Wait, what about
2.
me?" He rolled a 2.
I rolled
Oh,
a 2.
Z
Wait.
didn't teleport Britlin out?
Z goes, "Wait a minute," and Brenton gets teleported. Yay!
There we go.
I
You
rolled
try to
a
repair.
bloody 2.
You try to
You
repair
rolled a bloody
Bastion.
2. Oh god.
And you're just like, nope. Like you're holding like a piece of gear in your hand and going, nope, this is not where it goes.
Nope, that's not where I go.
The
Nope, that's
captain
not where I
walks
go.
over
Nope.
and said... Captain
Eventually, you
walks
have to
over.
quickly walk away because you realize you're too frustrated and you're afraid you're gonna break him out of anger.
As you're tossing out like a part of an arm or something off in the distance, as Captain catches it and
important.
says, Bernira, let me deal with this. As he walks over with the arm and reattaches it to Bastion and is going to do a medicine check.
He's also very slimy at the moment.
Yes.
Bastion needs a bath.
She doesn't walk away. She walks towards Z.
Oh, hello.
Does a 17 medicine check work to repair?
Oh,
yeah.
fuck me. You got a higher roll than I did.
You manage to snap that arm back together and even get some gears in appropriate like positions.
Yep.
Of course, it's really slippery, but also works to your advantage as a nice lubricant to like get the
Yes.
gears working again.
Yep. He says the
You're just like-
slime will help.
It's like you're like gross but useful.
As he just takes his hands, goes like this. Like trying to like flick off the slime
Thank
off
you,
his hands.
Captain. I would probably give you something like a hug, but I don't think you would want that right now.
He backs up and says, let's keep the social distancing to a in check.
Obliged. Is he like looking up to Bernier? Yeah, what is it? I was very concerned about you. You disappeared.
I was solving a problem. Let's
Ah.
just stick with that.
Okay.
There's
then.
something ugly.
I will not push any further.
The question is, are you alright?
Maybe aside from a little bit of my damp cloak, once we get back to Rets, I will have to clean this out. But overall, a little a little bit of mental damage and a little bit of clothing wetness won't hurt anybody.
Perhaps I could help with that.
Hmm.
She's going to wrap her arms around Z,
Oh,
and she's going to cast Misty Step.
damn.
And it's instantaneous.
Nice. What did I do?
Misty Step.
Allows you to
Briefly
move
surrounded
within.
by a silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet away to an unoccupied space that you can see. It does not transport liquids, which means
Ah, yes.
the goop would fall off him.
Oh.
Oh, clever.
Clever. Thank you. Wait. What about Z's eyes? Wasn't that what we were supposed to get from the dragon? Now it's gone.
The captain looks around.
Oh no. Bastion looks around a little bit. And then Z goes, wait a minute. Like, give me a second. He says, while putting his like hands up to like his temples, and he goes, I think I know what it is. He says, well, quickly, like you just see him jump down into like the dark abyss.
Rhaenyra's gonna follow.
You follow him. I mean, you realize he's like using like magic to slow his fall, and then he sees you and quickly slows your fall too. Oh,
Oh Lord.
please try to tell me before you recklessly follow me.
Recklessly? Yeah.
No,
I'd-
nothing Rhaenyra does is reckless. She's just blunt.
I'd rather not get you. I'd rather you not get hurt, please.
Oh, so now you're being affectionate.
It takes time.
No, ship this. Why?
Because it works.
Yes,
It
I
works,
know.
damn it, it works.
I know.
But Z is like looking around and eventually finds some of these like black tendrils wrapping around two glowing things. And Z goes, there they are. Without the dragon, it has nothing to attach to anymore.
I'll make short work of this.
Please do not damage the eyes.
She grows to her 20-foot height.
The tendrils with the eyes on it look up at you, and you literally see it shake.
She reaches down and she grabs with one hand both eyes and starts pulling them away from the tendrils.
It doesn't take very
Snapping
long
them.
until you hear a loud as you pull the eyes out, and you see the tendrils shrivel into nothing.
He brushes the dust off of them and drops them on Z's head.
Oh, he quickly grabs them and he places them, and now he has 4 eyes.
Well, was that the thing that we were supposed to be looking for, or we were supposed to be looking for something to power something?
Both.
Both. Yeah.
He is the power source, I think.
Z floats back up and goes, well, good news. 2 more down, 2 to go. He says one that you see he has 4 eyes. 4 glowing eyes. That's a lot of eyes. And you're going to judge? No.
No.
Well, we need to get some of these crystals now. We need that for the orb, and then we need to leave.
Rhaenyra hasn't shrunk yet, so how many crystals are in the area?
A lot of them are floating around, but some of the larger ones are stuck like in the ceiling. And you're really close to the ceiling, so yeah. You don't need much, a lot. You need enough just to repair the cracks on the orb, and that's a good amount actually.
He's going to reach up and grab one of the larger crystals and break it loose from the ceiling.
Some little shards fly off and start just randomly floating around.
She puts it under her arm with her trident in her hand.
Very impressive. Damn, Z, I didn't know you liked big women. Shut up. Okay.
As I said, I so ship this. I so ship this. Because it's so much fun to listen to.
Well, now we need to get our way back to, well, where the teleporter would presumably be. Hmm.
Where is... Give me a second. G. Or
Well,
was G a Fig Newton of that dragon's imagination?
that's up to you guys to decide. You guys aren't sure vibe anything, and also technically Bernier has no idea what the dragon was doing.
No,
She
she
was
just
being
brutally
everywhere.
murdered the damn thing.
Yeah. And you made what sound to be an eldritch thing very upset about it.
Mm.
And also, because Magda, you've seen those black tendrils and that remind you of that thing again, you know that thing was not made up by that
Yeah.
illusion.
Yeah.
You, but then what would drive that thing to even fake its own what seems to be master? Who knows? You probably don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, as Rex would say, a lot of big words.
A lot of big
A
words.
lot of big words. Uh, okay. So, are we keeping the dragon scale? She points back to the dragon scale.
Z says, it could be useful. I'm not sure what will happen if you use it now, as it gave you access to the dragon's eyes, but don't know what on earth you would see.
Rhaenyra is gonna walk over to the dragon scale.
Are you going to touch it?
Yeah, she's gonna touch it.
Of course, she's going to touch it.
You're going, you touch it and you feel a very light zap. Interesting. Like you feel power coming from it, but as Magda, you can see it doesn't seem to respond well to the sea magic that Bernier is pretty much made of at this point. Interesting. Fashion says.
Okay.
Intriguing indeed.
Okay, well, Rhaenyra is gonna zap back.
Do not damage it.
Oh,
I am still attached to it.
She's going to channel sea magic into it.
You try to. And as you do, you get something.
Oh dear. Always you get something.
You get a very brief vision of a bunch of people, like, all kneeling down to what seems to be some sort of priest or priestess. Clouds everywhere, but above all of it is someone with strings on their hands, like they're puppeteering something. And then the vision ends.
Well, that's certainly not fun. It would seem some being beyond the gods is manipulating things, and I don't like that.
I kind of like to be in charge of my own destiny. Even a destiny that's already been chosen. And she looks at Machin and she says that. Even a destiny that's already been chosen for me.
I'm going to find this strange otherworldly being, and I'm going to smack them in the face with my trident and break all their teeth.
Interesting.
She's
Is
still
that
in bitch mode.
is that all you think about is breaking somebody's teeth? You know, there's other things you can break on them. Their arms, their legs, their toes.
Well, if they're a
Right.
male, then I might break something else, but I will not mention what that is.
Oh no. Luckily, I already
Yes.
lost that. Bronn says, "That's long gone behind me."
Oh, good.
Don't worry, Brittlin, I could still break your pelvis.
No. Fashion goes. Wait.
That's only if you piss off Bernero.
I'm not sure if it's important, but we have not filled in Bernier what we saw.
Oh yes, and
You don't need to. The only
we.
important thing is you're all safe. That's what I was concerned with.
That's correct.
I look over at Batch and see we don't leave other people behind. You are a crewmate.
Thank you.
Now, Brynira is still in her 20-foot height right now. She hasn't shrunk down.
Yes.
Well,
She's gonna go over. She's gonna pick Bastion up off the floor.
whoa. Why am
Well-
I up in the air? Warning.
Oh, calm yourself down. We're leaving. Come on, everyone.
Well, let's go, Z says.
And off we go.
She's carrying him around like a little doll.
Eventually, after a lot of walking, you guys see large caves. And what's in the middle of that large cave? A abandoned-looking portal. What the?
Ah, there we go.
Wait. Wait, when we came here, this was all like technological, and now it's this?
It would seem that whatever magic was here has been shattered. It was all an illusion.
Wow.
Which is
Britain
good for
looks.
us.
Britain looks and goes, I remember there was something here. He says, well, actually, you see, he picks up a white but very dirty panel.
Uh-huh.
And actually, you do see something near the portal. A
Uh-huh.
large, crumpled up metal figure reaching up to the portal, but frozen.
Magdi will go over to the metal figure.
It seems to be kind of looks like a G, but it's so damaged it's hard to really recognize. Looks like it may still be functional, but its legs have been removed.
She leans down. I don't
Do you
know
think
if we
we
should.
can? Do you think we can reactivate them?
I think we might just be able to.
But do we think it's a good idea? Britland says.
Well, he'll no longer be under the influence of the thing that we just fought.
Z says, I don't know why, but I find that weirdly unnerving, the pose it's in. It looks like it was reaching up to the portal like salvation. Z says, well,
Is this a crossover episode?
Not really.
Okay.
It's over with what?
With our other game.
Nah. Don't worry, no
Because
crossovers here.
The whole aspect of G is rather similar to something else, so yeah.
I just panicked and didn't know what to call it. To be honest, though, because I had a little bit of after science in my hand, I think G meant GLaDOS. To be 100% honest with you.
Hey, that's fine. Magdi will lean down. Poke and prod. She's not an artificer. She does not know what she's doing.
You do see some sparks come out as you do poke it.
Does it say anything?
You don't. No, not really. But you do see some flashy little buttons turn on for a second.
What are the color of the buttons?
You see a green, red, and yellow.
I gotta look at everybody else. There's a green, a yellow, and a it was a green, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
There's a green, yellow, and red button.
Push them all three at the same time.
You click. You push them all, and all of a sudden you hear.
And
Give me a second. Magic work. Go.
What happened?
you were deactivated.
She looks.
Who are you?
A friend.
I guess that's better than anything.
Are you all right?
Damaged. Very damaged.
All right. I think we can take you somewhere where you can get fixed.
Really?
Yes.
Bernera puts Bastion down because obviously he can walk on his own now.
Did you come from the portal?
We did.
We we were told in time of need, they would come.
The finger lightly gestures to the portal.
Don't you worry your weary head now. She reaches down and picks him up off the floor. Brunera picked him up.
Yeah, Pernira picked him up, not the Magdai. Magdai is not much that she can do to fix him, because as I said, she's not an artificer.
Oh no, it crashed. Not again. Love when voice my crushes in my time of need.
Lemon pickle.
No!
No banana.
Yep. So,
And then-
I have something
Adios.
cool for you guys in OC that I'm
We
making.
should go.
How what who?
I have something cool in OC that I'm making. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Keep going.
It is 4:12, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yes,
to rush
I'm
this
aware.
real quick. That's
Yep.
why I'm trying to get us through the portal.
Yep, the captain's gonna step through.
Well, Britlin has to activate the portal first. He goes, let's go!
Are we going through?
Yes.
Yeah, we are. And she walks to the portal with G in her hand.
Oh,
Let's go, Z says.
And I
Everyone goes to
follow.
the portal. Everyone goes to the portal, and the portal closes. And now you find yourselves in front of the ship once again. And then there's Alexa going, where were you guys? Oh, new people. New person, I mean.
The captain's
Every
on
time
with
you
that.
go in one of those portals, you bring a new person.
Yes, we are
Yes.
aware, Alexa.
We do tend to pick up what would we call this person? A rescuee?
I guess you could say that, Z says. Well,
That
doesn't
gives
matter
me
what it
an
is, we got a
idea.
friend.
That
And there
certainly gives me an idea.
That is.
Alexo,
Yes.
you can manipulate anything you're attached to and repair it, correct?
Yes, if I have materials, yes.
And the ship has plenty of materials, right?
Where are you going with this?
She takes one of the panels, breaks it loose, and shoves G into it and wraps the panel around him. Fix him. He's attached to you now.
This is a lot of complex stuff, even more complex than all the pipes. So
Just
striking me as
repair
good.
the outer shell so he can walk. You silly thing.
He's missing legs, but fine.
Repair it anyway.
Okay.
Roll
I'm
an
gonna try.
intimidate-
Whatever.
Roll an intimidation check.
I can multitask. He says we'll just try and work away.
Yes, roll an intimidation.
Do I
He's
have,
already
have to
intimidated.
roll a determination check? You seriously want me to do that?
No, don't roll him. Don't roll it.
Alright, I'll roll it.
No, don't roll it. No need.
Oh, you're so lucky. So
Yeah.
lucky. I just rolled a 1, so that's only a 5.
Nice.
I rolled a
Okay,
1.
I'm working. And then the ship goes off because Alexa also. You see, like there's actually 2 Alexos now. There's slightly. It's an Alexo, but slightly shorter as he split himself into 2.
Oh yeah, the castle thing. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but not as small because there's less of them, just 2. But you see, like this Alexo just like driving the boat, tapping his foot and whistling, and you just you got other Alexo trying to fix him, and just like don't move so much.
It's hard not to move.
Just
Try
sit
better.
still while he repairs you. He's only going to get you working long enough for our friend Rhett to fully repair you. This is only a minor restore, so just behave yourself. As she starts shrinking back down.
Fine. Wait, that's not.
The captain
Now-
is currently down below deck cooking some food.
She's going to go look for Z.
Okay.
So where is Z at right now?
Okay, I'm just gonna, for the last of it, just gonna swap to normal headphones because I don't need a voice change anymore.
Where's Z at?
Let me think. He is actually at the front of the ship right now.
Ah, where Rhaenyra usually is.
Yeah.
So she's going to walk up to Z.
Oh, hello, Bruna.
And she's going to quietly wrap a hand around his.
And then, like, nice. Holds back. And then we're gonna do a little shot where we zoom out, seeing that. It's kind of a nice sunset. Things are a little older for some reason and darker, but we don't pay mind to that. We don't pay about the slight darkening and coldening of the realm. We don't pay attention to that. Anyways, end!
And that's where we're gonna leave it, folks. Thank you for joining us on
good.
Shores of Sorrows, Supera's Legend. And this
Oh,
is what you
thank
guys
you.
can see when you get our new Shores of Sorrows mug, with featuring Rhaenyra and the ship. And yes, she is definitely shipping this. All right, let's go around the table.
Better.
I'm so sorry. Oh God.
Ow.
All right. Well,
Now we do our closing off thing, but let's speed run this one.
I
Let's
am
go.
Captain Wilcock, aka PA Kenny USA, aka RT Studios, your production halfling.
Quickly throw the mic.
And here you go,
I'll go
Who's
Britland.
Oh, Britland? Okay.
Oh! Be careful where you throw that thing, Captain. You may be short, but you have a really good arm. Anyways, I'm Gearbox, I control Britland. I am Mills the DM. That's really cool. Let's give it to Rhaenyra.
Hey guys, I'm Mag. I play Rhaenyra. I'm currently congested right now thanks to a cold. But thank you guys for joining us. I had to come in late because the crew unfortunately got themselves into a mess. So
yes,
as always,
yes, we do.
Rhaenyra had to come to the rescue. So I'm going to pass it off to the silly little sky priestess over in the corner.
Hi, I am Magdi, the Sky Priestess, who is telling a great big dragon to drop it.
As you see the dragon over in the corner, dropping it like it's hot.
That's a bad reference.
I am played by Magdi is played by me, Trisha Welsh. And now I'll pass it over to our navigator.
Our very interesting navigator.
I played Asteron, the ship's trap-finding navigator. And not the person.
All your characters beg for some sort of trust. That's something you can't trust.
Played by Chris, otherwise known as Pi 3. And I believe that's everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I think
Yes.
that's everybody.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on Shores of Sorrows. We'll see you next weekend for the part 3 of a 4-part finale for Realms.
Yes.
So, look forward to that, and we can't wait to see you for that. And keep an eye on our new Realms Twitter, which I will repost. Hold on, the web link is http. Give me a moment, folks. I'm creating the .com/realmsrpg. If you would like to check out our new dedicated Realms Twitter page, there is the link to it. Feel free to drop us a follow and keep up to date with everything that's happening with Realms. We have a couple polls going on there, as well as some questions that you can answer. And if you'd like to ask your questions for our upcoming question and answer section for Season 8 finale, please feel free to either send us that information through the Twitter feed, just at Realms RPG. That is Realms RPG, REALMS RPG on Twitter, and we will add that to our list of questions related to the show, Realms. They can be cast questions and so on and so forth, whatever you think is appropriate. We do ask that you please keep the questions PG-13, at least. Yes, there's been a lot of shipping going on in that show too. So, any other questions or comments before we officially close out? Well,
Nope.
thank you, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
gonna.
and we'll see you next time on this series, Shores, and remember, be empowered to play. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.